Hi, I realized the jungle sounds weren't on, so sorry y'all were sitting in silence. Hey, hi, hello, hatchlings. How are we doing today? Hello, hello, and happy Saturday to you as well. How are we all doing? Hi. Hi. We're continuing our quest. I'm doing good. I had an omelet this morning with like a little too many eggs. It took me a while to eat it, but I'm happy. I went to bed last night. I'm like, I want eggs tomorrow. Saturday is sad? Oh no, I hope it gets better. I hope it will be less sad. Even if it's not good, I hope it is better. Rock and stone, friends. Oh. I hope it is. I hope it is improved. Yep, we're gonna work on our giant pit in the ground. I want to dig all of this dirt out. I haven't played it in a couple weeks. I'm trying to remember how it works. Let's do inventory. Oh, I think I was saving it for the next drill. Dirt, hey, we will not have dirt here. 1500, okay. Dirt is illegal on this property. No dirt. Zero dirt. Our neighbors have too much of it, so at least we can take care of all of ours. I don't know if anyone's done this. Have you guys, like, have you seen anyone do, like, all the dirt before? It's gonna take a while. But, you know, every now and then a little dirt gathering stream. Progress. Inventory sucks. You have not? Okay. I'm sure they have. It's been out for... When did this come out? A couple months ago? I did have an update. I don't know, I'm assuming it was just bug fixes because I didn't get notified about any, like, new game things. But I did have to update before the stream today. You know, I bet we'll see people, like, making sculptures and stuff with the dirt. Back in early February. Okay. So, probably someone has. It's very calming. 700% more dirt. That would suck. I should have done all this earlier when there was less dirt. I'm trying to get the Speck so I don't, like, break my ankles jumping down into the pit. Ah! Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Hold on, can I get a foothold? Yes. The dirt under here doesn't ever have any resources, but it's here, so I have to get rid of it. I kind of wish it, like, went down on all sides and made it smaller. Gator eats all the dirt in your backyard, ASMR. Yes. That's where I'm putting it. It is being eaten. It's a little bit of a calm, progressing stream today. Nothing crazy. I'll try to, like, sandwich in between, like, you know, new games and progression streams and stuff. I don't want to, like, bore you guys, but I find this very calming. I was just doing some work before this. So it's nice to turn my brain off for a little bit. It is relaxing ASMR. Except when you hear the low battery sound, that kind of is jarring. It is important. $1. Just want to get that big drill. I know I shouldn't bother myself with, like, all this little stuff. But I'm going to. Maybe not that little. See, some of this stuff I remember not being obtainable last time. Maybe that was the update where they, like, fixed, like, how you gather stuff on the walls. Because, you know, sometimes there will be ore, like, stuck. and you can't get it, and it sucks. Like that! Never mind, they didn't fix it. I can't get it. Oh well. I don't think I've gotten all the minerals, because at the end of the last time, I kind of just rushed to the finish. I want to say there's a couple more, maybe rare things that I haven't gotten yet. Let's see. Long fall, time. Oh, doing it in... Huh? 30 minutes greater than 180 minutes? Finishing it in 180 to 30 minutes? I'm losing my marbles. Special ore, 0 to 5. Special ore. Have I not gotten all the special? Later! Getting all the secrets the dirt holds. Yeah, because there was a bunch of, like, I think there was the box in the shed I haven't unlocked. More mines, to be sure. Which is good, because I can't destroy mines, so I can use those as footholds when I destroy all the other dirt and rock. And rock. And stone. And dirt. Destroy all the magma blocks. It'll be so wonderful. So perfect. Oops. It's a nice backyard area. I still think they could do more back here. Make little plants so you could make potions that, like, speed up your drilling time. Like, takes a while for them to grow and whatever, so you, like, gotta, like, wait and do other stuff. Like, I think that'd be cool. It's a simple game, though. It's good in what it does. But, if it wanted to make use of more space, that's what I would suggest. Be cool if you could get, like, pets, too. Little firefly that could help light things up for you. You know? Quality of life things. Have they, like, made any large game changes since February? Did it come out with the moles? I'm assuming it did. But, like, what's changed since then? Gold digging MMO with quests. Yeah, little mini quests. Get, like, extra money if you gather 50 iron or something, you know? I'd just not bother with the dirt under the fences, but it is dirt, and I need to get rid of all dirt. Otherwise, I'd be lying when I say what I'm working on. Whoops. I'm so excited to play the new Tomodachi Life game on stream for you guys. We're gonna make a bunch of characters. I'm gonna have G-Man on my island. You know. A bunch of iconic characters doing iconic silly things. It'll be so much fun. Oh, as a cinematic universe making an appearance. Yeah, exactly. We'll have, like, Gale and my workers from Supermarket Simulator. Alice and I think Christopher and Candy. We'll have to have Candy. Maybe Candy will date Hatsune Miku. Who knows? We're making Hatsune Miku. Jorg. Yup. Candy was in the game for like maybe 20 minutes and he's become such an iconic little character. He'll come back. He will come back. I will hire him. So we can feed his family. I know, we know so little. He has such hidden lore. He's such an intriguing character. What other characters could we add? Y'all remember Thomas the Tank Engine? My little brother really liked that. We could add Sir Topham Hatt. He's not even part of the Eliza cinematic universe. I just know who he is. Who else? Stories. We'll have to add stories. Could add wishes. all the VTubers I've collabed with, Peachy, Miyu. It'll be fun. Got Alex and her dad. I hope you can make, like, relationships between characters. I remember in Pete is gonna be a wild Tomodachi. Oh yeah, we'll have to have Pete. Sir Thomas Tank Engine Esquire the Third. We'll have to do. So I remember in Tomodachi, was it just called Tomodachi Life? I think that was it in the 3DS version, because the first original game was Tomodachi Collection. Then there was Tomodachi Life, and now this is Tomodachi Life. I forgot the actual title of the new game. Happy Life or something like that. I don't know. But in Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, you started by making your character. It's like, what do you look like? And then you could make family members for yourself. So I'd make, like, you know, my siblings and my parents. But if you made, like, another character, like, say, who are siblings? I don't know, the two Vocaloid characters, the yellow ones that are twins. If I wanted to make them, I couldn't make them brother and sister. I could just, like, make both of them. So sometimes you'd, like, run into situations where they, like, wouldn't know each other when canonically they should. I think it'd be cool if you could, like, make families and stuff. Because besides originally designing your family, the only other way you could have a family was if the Tomodachis had children. I don't know. I really like it. Me and my siblings, our most entertaining part of that game was the being able to make music. So they, like, had pre-set tunes, melodies and songs you could sing, but you could change the lyrics. So of course we'd make it stupid stuff because we're kids, but, like, man, we got a hoot out of it. I hope they bring that too. It looks like there'll be more customization too, because the last one, they all lived in a single apartment, and, like, going to other parts of the island, it was like a rabbit hole, like in Sims, where you, like, they just teleport between the areas. But in this one, I was, like, watching a couple breakdown videos. This one, you see them, like, walking between areas and interacting with stuff that isn't necessarily, like, the grocery store, the furniture store. Like, they're out, like, smelling flowers or sitting on a bench. So it looks like an open island situation. And instead of apartments, they have little homes, which is cool, because I'd like to have a little house. Because I can't have one in real life. Not with this economy. It does sound cool. I really want to stream it for you guys. I think it'll be fun. Certainly some silly clips will come out of that. It's not coming out till 2026. They didn't say when. I'm hoping it's early 2026. They already seem to have a fair amount of development done. But, you know, it takes a while to work out kinks and things, I'm sure. To make your dream home and then crash the in-game economy for realism. Yup. I can't even buy a real home. I'll just be paying a Tomodachi debt. I'll owe the Tomodachi landlord a Tomodachi mortgage. I know that's not how it works, but, you know. Everyone lives in a flat. They're all roommates with each other. They all hate each other. You have to do chores to keep up with dishes and stuff. You can't actually play the game. I'm excited. Tomodachi in debt for life. That's the full title. I'm also glad they're keeping the voices. I was kind of worried they'd, like, modernize it, but they kept, like, the awkward, like, I want to go to the beach today. You know, like, the weird tonality. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I called my sister, the other day, and me and my brother really played Tomodachi Life. The youngest sister, was not as into it. The youngest sister is more of a Roblox kid, but the the sister above her, I have three little siblings. Sister above her kind of took after me and my brother and like kind of played what we played, so she really liked Tomodachi Life. And a whole new year of Eliza lore characters come up with Tomodachi Life. You know, that's a really good way of thinking about it. Instead of like, I have to wait this long for the game, it's like I get to like develop more stuff to be able to put in the game. That makes me way more excited. I really like that. Anyway, I called my sister and I'm like, girl, because she doesn't really like keep up with gaming news. She mostly hears about stuff from me and my brother. And I'm like, girl. So they had a Nintendo Direct the other day, and she's like, what? I'm like, I know, they announced it like last minute. She had no idea about it. She knows about the one on the 2nd, because every time I talk to her, I'm like, it's getting closer. But I'm like, as they announced. And she's like, did they announce a new Tomodachi Life? I'm like, they announced a new Tomodachi Life. So we're like screaming over the phone. We're like, you know, all excited. It's so nice to have a game to look forward to. Like, I've been pondering for a while, like, oh, I want to hear more about Elder Scrolls. I want to hear more about Animal Crossing. But like, we really have nothing to go off of in terms of those. But this one, like, we got a title, we got a rough date, and we got a little trailer. Like, we have something. And it's very fun to be able to look forward to that sort of shit. It helps me get through the mundane things when I have something to look forward to. Yeah, childlike excitement. Like, that's what I feel for this game. And I don't feel that a lot. So I was like, we're talking about it, and I was telling her all about the trailer, and she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get a Switch. I'm like, yeah, or you could get a Switch, which is probably gonna be, you could probably find like a cheaper one since Switch 2 is about to come out, because it's gonna be playable on that from what I understand, because I don't think this announcement had any Switch 2 exclusives. Because these games were all like, you could play on the Switch. Or the Switch 2, because it's backwards compatible. Yeah, more concrete than it's being worked on. Like, we know Elder Scrolls is being worked on. Animal Crossing, nothing. I don't know if they're going to make a new one. I mean, I'm sure they will. New Horizons did too stupidly good for them not to. But we know nothing about it. This one, we got content. And they kept, like, the wackiness of the game, which is great. Brief shot of a mountain a few years ago didn't satiate your E6 desires for more than 10 years. They satiated it for like a year. But yep, it didn't. But really like something, anything. I know they like released that teaser with like the past, present, and future with the candles. I watch a lot of like breakdown videos for games I'm excited for. It gets me excited and looking forward to things. But I know they like kind of did that to maybe hint at the location, but the fact that they haven't even announced the concrete location yet is like concerning, you know? Like, we don't need to know what quest lines are going to be involved. I don't care about like, I mean, I do, but like the fact that they haven't even said where it is, like, that's strange to me. I don't know. Some leaks on the inner works of the game. If any of what I heard recently was true, you're actually kind of hyped for it. I'm curious to know these leaks. I don't know if I've heard of those. I've heard early on, like, they said either Hammerfell or High Rock, and some people said both. I think it'd be cool if it was both, a la Daggerfall. But if they can do the same level of polish, like, a lot of people, you know, complain about Skyrim with good reason. I really enjoyed it. And if they have that same level with the next game, I mean, I'd hope they have more. But then I don't care if it's just one region, you know? Skyrim 2. It just works. Yes, I was in the chess club. Having an underwater section and boat stuff, kind of like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Then it has to be around the Iliac Bay. It's definitely got some Hammerfell aspects to it. You know, normally, when I've played in the past, I've picked Breton if I'm going like a jack-of-all-trades mage sort of situation, or a dark elf. Like, that's usually what I do. But I was planning, like, whenever I play, like, stream it, I'm probably gonna do Argonian just because, you know. But if there's underwater sections in the next game, that bodes well for lizard people. Yeah, Argonian! Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they had two regions in this one, and, like, with how long it's been since Skyrim, I feel like they should. But if they do a really good job with one region, that's fine. Just, I hope it doesn't do a Starfield. I was never really interested in Starfield. Like, tech stuff is cool. I like tech stuff. But in my heart of hearts, I like fantasy games better. So I was never, like, overly interested in it. And I like Fallout, but I'm always like Elder Scrolls better. I like the lore a lot. Wow, wow, wow. Although I do like me some Fallout lore videos talking about, like, the most messed up vaults. They turn these people into plant people. That was the other thing you heard. Supposedly they're taking a lot of inspiration from Starfield. Inspiration of what? Nothingness? Meaningless quest? I haven't played it, so people, if you enjoy the game, that's cool, but from the things I've heard, that's their biggest issues was the emptiness and that the story didn't really mean a lot to them. Which is a shame. And I know, like, their excuse for the emptiness is, like, it's space, and it's like, yeah, but you're Bethesda. Like, I get, like, they can go out of their niche, you know? I'm not saying they can't do that, but for a game developer known for their storytelling, to have an excuse that there's no story because that's just the setting they chose is a little silly to me. Fun should not come at the cost of realism. Yep. That's the best way I've heard it said. Facing a game that will define the future of your company in your most recent extreme flop is wild. Yeah, and saying that publicly is also wild because the public's opinion seems to be quite negative towards the game. Yeah, right? Like, you saw what happened to No Man's Sky, and they had to, like, pull up their bootstraps and make it not what it was originally. So, like, maybe see that and scratch your little chinny chin chin and be like, perhaps that's the better idea. I'm a little worried if that's the case and they do Hammerfell, that it's just gonna be a bunch of completely empty deserts. Like, I know Hammerfell is notorious for its, what is it, the Alakir Desert, the really big, you know, kind of fuck-off desert in the middle of it. So part of me was a little worried, like, how are they gonna, like, make that appealing? And I guess they're not. Like, it might just be, like, literally a big old desert. It'd be cool if there was, like, some stuff going on in it. I also think it'd be cool to have, High Rock involved at least in some capacity for, like, the traditional fantasy aesthetic. Bringing it back from Oblivion with, like, less awful facial graphics. Game is gonna peak regardless as long as we get the next issue of Lusty Argonian. Agreed. Agreed. I like the, that reminds me, I don't remember the last time I played, it was a while ago, but I like the little, like, details they add. Like, I was exploring this one, bandit hideout, and there was, like, a bed, and on the headboard, there was the Lusty Argonian maid, and below the bed, there was, like, a rag, and I was just like, oh, I know what happened here. Or you sneak into someone's bedroom that you shouldn't be in, and they, like, have secrets, like Helga's bunkhouse, and she has, like, the Shrine of Dibella behind her bed, and you're like, oh, I think there's chains in there, too. And it's like, uh-oh. Brother was getting freaky. Maybe Elder Scrolls story was leading into the Crimson Plague as a storyline that 2020 caused them to scrap everything. But why? That's cool. And it's, like, realistic. Was the Crimson Plague the one caused by the Slows, or was that the old one that, like, got rid of, like, 2/3 of Tamriel's population? The Sload are these, like, big old slug people from, I think, Akavir, which is another continent, like, to the east, and it's full of a bunch of other different races we haven't encountered yet, and one of them are the Sload, who are really, really good at magic, and they're, like, big old slugmen. And no, that was a Thracian plague. They caused, I'm a fucking dweeb for this shit. They caused a really big plague that, like, knocked out, like, the majority of Tamriel. Way back in yonder times before any of the games. Dweeb alert, dweeb alert, wow, wow. I told y'all I love this game. Magic slugs is not a concept. Yeah, I know, right? And the name of the race, too, is Slowed. The Argonians made it? Maybe, or, like, maybe that rumor was started by, like, the Dark Elves or something as a means to, like, control them better. Something like that. The Dark Elves and Argonians don't get along. Because the Dark Elves, like, enslaved them, essentially, and then the Argonians, like, took over a lot of the south portion of their homeland, which is why in Morrowind, you largely play in Vardenfell, which is the island in the middle where the Argonians didn't really get to. If I'm fucking up the timeline, I apologize. This is just what I remember. Y'all, what's your favorite Daedric prince? I think mine's Namira, and not because she eats people, but her whole thing is, like, the things that other people find gross or distasteful or nasty, which a lot of people think, like, reptiles are, and I'm like, I don't think they're nasty, so I like her. Also, Sanguine seems kind of cool, because his whole deal is just getting freaky. And it doesn't really hurt my opinion of her. I just like that she likes the weird shit. Like, she likes slugs. You only remember your Akatosh. He's not a Daedra, he's an Aedra. I think there's 16 Daedra. They're the evil ones. If not friend, my friend shape, right? Slugs are just little tiny balls of slime. I love slugs. I think they're great. I'm saying that as somebody who's never owned a garden. I'm sure if I did, I'd be like, slugs are evil, but I like them. He's the only thing you actually remember. Oh, yeah. I think I could tell you who all of them are. I know for a while I was, like, trying to get myself to remember all the 16 Aedra. Grassian Plague in First Era and Slowed. Crimson Flu. Crimson Plague is Second Era. Aha! That's what I thought. Yeah, First Era Slowed. Okay. Yeah, we don't actually know if the Argonians caused it. I think they blamed it, like, on the Hist, because they're like, maybe the Hist was... You know what? I bet you... So, the thing with the Argonians, for those that don't know, they, like, worship these trees, because the trees, like, kind of are like their parents slash ancestors slash they have, like, a mental connection with them, and they're magic, and, like, alive and sentient. So, I bet you, if they blamed it on the Argonians, then it was caused by the Hist, which are their ancestor trees, because they knew the Argonians were being treated like ass by everybody, including the Dark Elves, and they wanted to get rid of them. And they probably blamed it on the Argonians because the disease didn't affect them as much because it was made by their parents. That's my theory. A game theory. Maybe it did affect them, I don't know. I remember bits and pieces from each of the eras, but I couldn't tell you what goes where. Or why goes what. Away. I don't know what. I'm to mine all mine in any way. In this Minecraft world, so beautiful. My diamonds. My diamonds. Hold on, I gotta do his voice. Now. I love that video. I love that kid. I want to know where he is now. It didn't pick up. You know, I was testing turning off filters before, but I couldn't get the, Oh, shit! That sucks. I couldn't get the mic to come through my headphones, so I couldn't hear any of it in real time, so I couldn't really, like, alter shit. I transcended my mic. You know, maybe after the stream, I'll just, like, I can sound test some filters and turning stuff off with you guys. It is an evil. I'm so bummed out because this mic was not. It's not expensive, but it also wasn't cheap. And like all the people I hear online using it, like, oh, I use the Blue Yeti, I use the Blue Yeti, like they sound fine. And I don't want to have to get one of those really expensive like boom arm mics just so like you guys can hear me make silly sounds. It's frustrating. I like making noises and I don't have the money to get another mic right now. Try to save up for like a bunch of things at once. Ah. Ah. Act up in Discord or just OBS? You know, primarily OBS, because you guys heard my scream from the clip with stories yesterday. And I was playing through her Discord. So I'm betting it's just OBS filters, which is why I'm like, maybe after this we can like just turn my filters off and you guys can tell me what sounds good. I'm not expecting it to be like studio quality. Like one day I'd like to get a nice mic so I could like maybe like make music or have more capacity for making noises and recording things. I literally just want this one to be able to pick up all the sounds that I make. Like my screaming, my like weird little squeaks I do. I just want it to be able to work for streaming purposes. Them filters, too many can fuck you the input. It probably is. It probably is. I want to keep a couple though, because I remember when I first streamed, like no filters, completely naked, I still peaked. And I originally downloaded the filters to help with the peaking, and I fear it has made things worse. We'll mess with it later. I'll do some text stuff. Also, I have very little patience for tech things, which makes it difficult to maximize the quality of my content threshold setting. There's a threshold. I need to do my most pressing issues are background noise removal, so if I have like the laundry going it doesn't pick it up. Gain and limiter, which essentially keeps my volume always at the same level, so if I'm talking quietly, you can hear me, and if I'm screaming, you don't lose your hearing. Those are the three things I'd like to maintain. I know. Mic stuff is so frustrating. We're like very close to getting our final thing though. You want to lose your hearing. Just listen to that clip I took on repeat. Kinda pissed that he didn't give me a little plushie. I was really being teased with it. It was rude, right? He said he'd give it to me. Then it's my character. The Zilla in the game was like, I don't want the stupid little plushie. I'm like, what are you saying? Yes, I do. It's a lie and a fib. Super close. We'll go deeper. Just mining it out like a big corner. A big slope. Silver, that'll get me some more money. What games are y'all looking forward to or hoping will be announced? Whatever system, Nintendo, console, PC. Although if it's on console, it's probably going to be on PC. You guys know mine. I can't stop talking about my games. Slay the Spire 2. I've heard of that. I don't know what it is, though. Tower defense or, like, you know, ascending up a tower and fighting shit kind of game. Just from the name. Not yet. Not quite. XCOM 3. Failing that, Civilization 7 to be doing well. Yeah! I had a friend. Oh, I have a friend. She knows somebody at her work who was on the Civilization 7, like, quest designing and writing team. I hope it'll turn out well, too. I enjoyed Civ 6. It's fun to play with friends. Code Vein 2. Watching Bandai's official channel mention Code Vein for once randomly after 7 years put new cope into my heart. That would be cool. Why this Code Vein? A second one would be nice for those of you that were waiting. I still gotta get through this one. I mentioned it could be for a reason. Sorry, I don't mean to feed the cope. I do mean to feed the cope. I'm also coping for a lot of games. Are they doing a Summer Games Fest this year? Because that's another thing to put on the calendar, so. Finally. You don't want to be in the Cope Corner. I'll be in there with you. I'll get it eventually. If I don't get it now, I will dig it out. Oh, finally some empty area. June 6th to 9th, supposedly for Summer Games Fest. Oh, chat. So I'm hearing a lot of reaction streams. That's what I'm hearing. Fine by me. I love that shit. Getting a lot of stuff to look forward to. Let's get lamps. It is free content. It's free content, and I watch them like all on my own anyway, so like may as well get you guys in on it, get your opinions. Because it's nice when, like, if I watch it on my own, I'm kind of a bit of a, not a pessimist, but like, I don't care about this game, I don't care about that game, they're not saying the game I want and everything sucks. But then when I'm like streaming it to you guys and someone's like, oh, I've been looking forward to that, then it's like, oh, well, that's quite nice, excellent. Like Metroid, I'm not really a Metroid head, but I know how much Metroid fans have been waiting for that game. So I got like secondhand excitement for it, you know? I know Summer Games Fest pretty much just hosts like all the game companies except not Nintendo, right? Nintendo always does their own shit, so they're not really gonna be there. Probably wouldn't watch it if you're on your own. Watching as a family gives a much better feel. Yeah, I don't watch it on my own. I always watch it with like my siblings or friends or something. Always screaming about. We hear one game start announcing with the word cozy, and we turn into apes. We're all screaming. No! Not saying cozy games are bad, but the flux of like mid-cozy games that came out after Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing success, and what's the other one? Harvest Moon has been staggering. Just staggering. Yeah, they completely do their own stuff. They separate themselves from everybody. And by golly, does it work. They have a system, and they know how to do their shit. And they make such good games. I'm just hoping the next new mainline Pokemon game has more polish than Scarlet and Violet. Gone are the days where they release a mainline Pokemon game every single year at like the holiday season. Like take more time with your shit now. Things are getting more complex, things are getting bigger, like let your devs do what they need to do to keep making the good games we know they can make. Don't push them. Big stress maxer. I am. I think Violet was the most fun playing Pokemon in ages. Just wish I had all the polish. I agree. It was fun. The concept was fun. A lot of the stuff they had was enjoyable. The idea of the region was really cool. The new Pokemon were really cool. But it did not have polish at all. It was very rough. And the landscape was cool too. They just should have made it look less like mud. It kind of looked like Oblivion, you know? It's not polished, probably dropping the series, kind of been a letdown after letdown. Yeah, I feel like X and Y was good, but they had like the 3D models were like really weird. And I don't think they've really known what to do. Like Sun and Moon was good. I haven't played Sword and Shield. I'll say that much. I like the remake of Diamond and Pearl, but that's because the base game itself was just so great. They just had to update the graphics. And people were like not happy about the chibi look. I liked it. I think it would have been weird if they changed it to look like the modern games. I'm glad they kept the old style. I don't know, just give the Pokemon more like individuality. Which is the same thing as like Animal Crossing. Like I know they have like a bajillion characters they'd have to like add more individuality for, but I mean at this point with like how big the game is, like that's kind of what you're gonna need to like start meeting expectations and setting it apart from the other stuff. Trying to do multiplayer, introduce a lot of jank, yeah. There was a lot of jank with that. Pokemon Legends RC is coming back into Pokemon. I have not played any of the Legends titles, but I think I would really enjoy them. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl bugged me because it was literally the old game mechanics and all. Oh, you think they should have like added some of the new stuff without making it just like literally a carbon copy? Yeah, I really can't think of anything new that they added. It was just the old game. I liked it personally because the one thing that held me back from playing on my old system was like I had gotten so used to the Switch screen that the 3DS screen it was too small. And the still graphics got kind of, I don't know, I like when the Pokemon move. So I really just wanted a new graphical upgrade, but I think it would have been interesting to see them add some new shit. ZA pulls through. I hope they do too. Multi-gig day one patches. No, I want them to release full games again. I want to purchase a full game that is complete and own the full game and not have to pay a membership fee for it. That's why I'm like, I don't know. So, oh, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think they would have benefited from that. So, one of the biggest complaints I've heard about New Horizons from the new Animal Crossing players, so the ones who started with that game, is that they stopped updates. I started with New Leaf, right? Fairly late when it was released. Like, I didn't get it on release. A friend recommended it to me, and I was like, this is weird, but I liked it. It didn't really have updates. From what I understand, it had a couple, and then they had that Welcome Amiibo thing, which kind of brought it back into the limelight for a lot of people. But yeah, like, you bought the game, you owned the game, that's what it was. You got exactly what you paid for. But a lot of people who played New Horizons came out unfinished, right? They had, some people might say like, oh, it's just extra content, but like, no, it's unfinished. They brought back all the characters from the old game that weren't included. They brought back stuff that should have been in base game, like gyroids and getting in the water. But to the new people, it's just like, oh, new stuff, new updates. Like, no, it's unfinished. They should have released it when it was fully finished, because now there is an expectation in the Animal Crossing community that that's what the game is, that you're going to be getting an unfinished game, and all the stuff that should have been base game is trickled down. So they're always expecting, like, oh, it's going to come out next month. What sort of things are going to happen? And it's like, that's not, I don't know, it's not what really Animal Crossing is. It's, you buy it, you have it, you experience it. It's not like a content drip battle pass experience where, like, you gradually get new stuff to flesh out your game. And it's not a bad thing that they do that, because it's, like, enjoyable to get new shit. Like, I like getting updates. It's cool. It's something to look forward to and freshen up the game. But yeah, like you said, getting a finished game with content updates and an unfinished game being finished, like, that's not... yeah, I don't want Animal Crossing to be like a live service. Yeah, when the game can release on its own and stand for own for years. That's how I felt with New Leaf, and it entertained me and it had my attention. But a lot of the new players are like, oh, why are we not getting updates anymore? Animal Crossing New Horizons is dead. It's like, no, it was never meant to be live. You know, like it's not dead, it's not abandoned. It was just not supposed to be live maintained in the first place. It was supposed to just be a game. That's what Animal Crossing is. It is you, it is your experience. It is not external things coming in. I don't know. I'm wondering how they're going to do it with the next one. I would hope they give it more time and release it more finished. New updates and new things that are included is fine. That's okay. But don't make that the expectation that that's how the game is going to be completed, you know? Well, generation gamers will have only known live service games. Yeah! I don't know. They have become more ravenous. And yeah, they exhausted the game when it first came out. And Animal Crossing is one of those games that you just kind of have to take it as it comes. Like, it's hard for me. I'm a big hypocrite because I get so excited for a new Animal Crossing game that I play the shit out of it. But New Horizons kind of, that weird tutorial thing they did was like to limit you from exhausting it the first day. Like, there's only so much you can do, and it slowly unlocks. And that's how New Leaf was too. There was only so much you could do. You gotta wait till the next day until the bridge is done, or you get this permit, or you can go to this island. And it was done in such a way that the new stuff trickled in, but that was like how the game was meant to happen, and it was all in the cartridge. It was embedded in the code and in the timeline. And if you wanted to be a stinky funny little creature, you could go in and change your clock and it would be there. But not in New Horizons. It was not there. It didn't exist. So people rushed and then put their hands out saying, please, can I have some more, Papa? And Nintendo handed it to them. But you gotta... That's not Animal Crossing! Indie games do it to an extent with releasing chapters at a time. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes games are to be, like, you can grind out this game. This is a game where you can put hours into it and have fun with it, but, like, I wonder if it's because they veered away from the old RPG elements of Animal Crossing. Like, the new villagers, you heard me complain about it, are all kind of samey. It's very customizable and make your village look perfect exactly how you want. So people aren't as focused on like the day-to-day interactions or experiences you can have in the game that were unique in like original Animal Crossing because they just didn't exist. You know, there was nothing to wait or feel out. It was just all grind it, get it done, look at all this cool shiny stuff. Getting a full solid game in sales do so good, the company comes back a few years later, they add a whole new game's worth of DLC for like $15 dues. I agree. Like the Binding of Isaac. Or RimWorld. I mean, the RimWorld DLC is more expensive, but the game stands on its own. Everything's just an expansion. It's not unfinished. Although occasionally they'll come in with stuff that should have been added, like wall lights, but all their DLC has a purpose. I don't know. I've been ranting for a while. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of questions about the state of the gaming industry because it's changed a lot from what I remember. And every time a new game, you know, development thing is coming up, like Summer Games Fest or Nintendo Direct, I always wonder if they're gonna... which way they're gonna go. Most hours of value any money I've ever spent. I agree. And the modding community is really great too. When you have a good modding community, you should do what RimWorld does and appreciate that there's a lot of good mods and that your game is so good that it inspires people to spend hours, days, weeks of their time creating for your game, and not what Bethesda does, which is takes it and puts it in their little pocket and puts a price tag on it and pats it and says, here, come get it. You wanna give me money? Stellaris keeps testing my patience with their DLC by locking reworks to their current shitty mechanics behind expensive DLC. They lock reworks to existing mechanics behind DLC? That's insane. I know, exactly. I'm preaching to the choir. None of this is new. None of this is, like, based new information. Like, it's all stuff I've heard before, but maybe if the choir sings loud enough, the conductors will hear us, you know? But I love video games. I always will. I will play them forever and ever and ever. They're a huge part of who I am and how I absorb media. But sometimes there's things that could be changed. Banger metaphor. Thank you! Thank you! And Nintendo listened! Like, that's another reason why I'm so hyped about Tomodachi Life. It's not just because it's, like, a great game series and, like, the game itself is just a blast, but, like, it represents, like, a bigger thing. Like, people have been asking about Tomodachi Life for, like, I don't know, like a decade now. And I have seen and heard so many content creators like, yeah, it's been so long. Nintendo has moved on from the Wii. We've moved on from Mii's. They have a new style. They changed the way their little characters look in their new Switch sports game. Like, it's an identity thing at this point. Nintendo really values its identity. Like, we're not going to see Tomodachi Life again. It's gone. But that didn't stop the fans from, like, asking for it. And it's great because it's not even, like, it's not a mainline thing. It's not Legend of Zelda. It's not Pokemon. It's not Animal Crossing. It's not, you know, Pikmin or any of their, like, main titles. Like, it's weird. It's a weird game, but they did such a good job and caught so many, like, of their fans' attentions and, like, hearts by making such a great game that we wanted it so bad that, like, maybe they put aside their whole identity thing for a moment and were like, you know what? Like, this is our roots. This is the kind of great stuff we make, and gosh darn, they're making a new Tomodachi Life, and boy oh boy, I am so happy they listened to us. Shigeru Miyamoto can have anything he wants. I will make him a 3-course supper. What's hard dishes to make? Beef Wellington. Is flan hard? I don't know if flan's hard. I don't know. I'll make this man a feast. Tie a little napkin around his neck and give him a little smooch on the forehead. Thank you, sir. Macarons are hard? Yeah, there you go, macarons. Like those. I'm not good at baking, period. He can be an honorary hatchling. He is! Flan is easy to make? Oh, word. Yeah, I guess it's just like pudding with, like, you flame the top a little bit, right? I don't know if I've had flan. I'm so excited! You know, when there's, like, a new game to look forward to, I'm, like, more productive. I get more shit done. I'm better at doing my homework or, like, house chores, because I'm, like, I do these things, I work hard, and I have something to look forward to. If I do all this now, then I won't have to do stuff later, so I can play the game. Family made flan all the time. You don't like it then, so you're cast out. My big desserts in my house were cookies, obviously. My mom made a lot of peach cobblers, and what else was? Oh, a shit ton of coffee cake. Like, any kind of coffee cake or, like, weird bread. You could make zucchini bread, this, like, cinnamon toffee coffee cake with, like, pecans. Only on half, because my dad doesn't like pecans, and she was thoughtful. Did some, like, lemon coffee cakes at some point. I love lemon desserts. I think it's fantastic when, like, opposing flavors are mixed. Like, sometimes I like peanut butter chocolate, but sometimes it can get a little too sweet. But then we're talking, like, an orange dessert, a lemon dessert, salted chocolate. Like, yum yum, give me some. Lemon poppy seed is a blessing. I agree. The poppy seed adds so much to it. I have this, like, poppy seed dressing that I've been, like, just destroying for salads. Also, another thing about Tomodachi Life, they introduced me to, like, a lot of weird foods. A lot of interesting foods that I'd never heard of in my entire life. Because in the original game, you could go to the food store and they like every day they had a selection you could buy, and I would always buy a bunch because you can give it to your Miis, and they each had individual opinions on what their favorite foods were. So I'd like, you know, give all of them one of what I could buy at the store to like see like, oh, does someone like this? Does someone not like this? Because they'd have funny little reactions. What was one? Yerba mate? Yerba mate. It's like this. It's this drink, and I don't remember if it's South American or African, but it's like a kind of like a tea. I'd never heard of that, and then my professor was talking about it the other day, and I'm like, I know that from Tomodachi Life. There was another. It was like, it was spelled like Menguire or something like that. It was like a French dish. And they had like the salmon cutlet that was shaped like a U that I'd never like seen in my life. Weird candies and dessert. That's where I learned about flan. I'd never heard about flan. Like, it's so cool. And I like the animation. Like, they make all the food look hyper realistic, and the characters look all silly and cartoonish, like Animal Crossing. The characters look all cartoonish, and the items are a little more like realistic. And I think that blend really works for those games. You know, fuck up a lemon poppy seed muffin batch. Yeah, with like a little bit of like a lemon glaze on top. Introduce you to, yeah, yeah, that's it. What is that? That word is clicking the button in my brain. Jelly donuts. How did it introduce you to jelly donuts? Oh, y'all remember from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Poffins? Are they Poffins? Those little treats you could make for your Pokemon. Those always looked so delicious. I know they were like they would have tasted like dog treats, but man, I wanted to eat those. No, I know what jelly donuts are, but like what game introduced jelly donuts to you? Like specifically. Meringue cookies. Onigiri got localized as jelly donuts in Pokemon TV, right? I thought onigiri... Is onigiri not those rice balls with filling? Poffins were cool! I liked the minigame, it was fun. Was it Pokemon? Oh, they made the onigiri into jelly donuts. Oh. I don't know, I mean, I guess they have filling. The jelly donut Pokemon clip? Okay. Let's see. People making it. Here we go. Those are the same chomps. Okay, whenever I hear those chomp sound effects, I get like the Pavlov's dog effect where I get excited because I think people followed me.
You look kind of down, Ash. Huh? Have a donut. That always cheers me up.
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
Those are not jelly-filled donuts.
Brock, I think those are rice balls.
Did somebody say rice balls?
That's definitely not the exact clip because they're using like weird voice acting. But that's definitely the original like anime. Well, that's not right. Kind of butter lemon sauce usually used for fishes. Yeah, I think it was salmon meunier. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was salmon, and it was I remember that. I'm glad you know what it is. I don't feel crazy. Oh, key. Good. Yeah, those aren't jelly donuts. I don't think I've had those before, but I have had... There's this one place near me that has this, like... It's like a cold rice ball with, like, this spicy filling and, like, seaweed and stuff. I don't know. I like it. It's really spicy, though. Rock was a blessing. I didn't really watch, like, anime on TV or whatever, because I was like, my parents are gonna judge me. But I watched Pokemon, because that's, like, mainstream enough. And I remember my dad was like, how can he see? I'm like, I don't know, man, he's cool. Shut up. I never acknowledged that there were rice balls in the original anime. I just thought Japan had fucked up donuts. Oh, you didn't know. Fate Grand Order has a French guy who's named... I watched Fate, I think Fate Stay Night, and I, like, tried to make, like, a list of, like, which like order to watch the Fate stuff in, and I got so confused that I just kind of like sidelined it. I would love to watch the Fate stuff, but if there's so much and the timeline is so convoluted, I don't know where to start. Your parents are the reason you watch Pokemon? Your parents are cool. My parents got me into... I played Skyrim. I think that was the... Skyrim 1 was the first game I ever played, because they had the old Nintendo. And when they were, like, dating, they would, like... They would play Spyro together, like, take turns, and I thought that was really cute. And I played it, and I took turns with my brother. What the fuck is this? I didn't pick it up. What is that? It didn't say anything. Yeah, it's so complicated and like, oh, I got a special ore. And like, I was always confused how like there were like multiple riders and like multiple, you know, lancers or whatever. Like they're all the same, but they're all like different characters from history, but like they're not, and they're like there's different versions of them. Everything else is just a spin-off. Okay, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. The RGB collection. Put on top of your PC, it'll boost your performance. It just disappeared, but I got, like, an achievement for collecting special ore, like, it went up in my achievement area. I don't remember finding another one, that's the first I've seen. I also have the ReZero theme stuck in my head. I've never watched it. I don't know if it's the intro or outro, but it goes hard. I'll get it eventually. I'm digging everything out. ReZero is good. Yeah, it seems good. I also see, like, what are they? Rem and Ram and a lot of, like, references and memes and shit. I like watching a lot of shows just to, like say I've watched it and then I can, like, get shit. That's why I watched all of JoJo. That and the funny meme potential just is astronomical. Oh, heck yeah. I guess I had good timing then. Dropped the anime, but you can't remember why anymore. Uh-oh. I was watching One Piece last while I was, like, doing homework and stuff, but I kind of fallen off. I'll get back on it. There's no rush. There's plenty to watch. I like sandwich One Piece in between other stuff because I can't just sit down and watch one show like that for that long. I'm also in the really early days where stuff is still a little bit rough, but it's good. Super is annoying in season 1 was part of the process. Noted. I'm legally required to catch up. I will. My brother has the hardest time because he's entirely caught up and he's like, Eliza, have you gotten to this arc yet? And I'm like, no, and he's like, damn. So then he can't talk about anything. All your hopes and dreams. Together we will find everything that we're looking for. One Piece. This is good progress. We had stuff up to the top earlier, and now we're getting down. We're getting down with it. I'll blow these up at some point. Probably soon. Dynamite's what, 100? Yeah. Gotta find the other key at some point too. One Piece opening is called Can We Get Much Higher? So high. That picture of Chopper. Ah! I haven't gotten a Chopper yet, but I know who he is. It's kind of hard not to. I know who a lot of the characters are just from like memes and being on the internet and shit, but like I don't know where they come in or what they do. I just know what they look like. Hiya! So high. I'm back in like an anime slump though. I was watching it a lot for a while. Like I was finishing up a lot of shows I need to finish up this season of, I think it's season 2 of Oshinoko, and then continue finishing up this One Piece arc. It's just been so busy. And like finals are coming up, so I'm kind of trying to like grind out a lot of stuff to give me a delicious grade buffer in case I eat shit like I did during one of my midterms. I always read the manga. That's a good idea, but I like, when I read, I gotta like focus. It's easier if I have like the One Piece, I'll have like, normally I watch subs, but One Piece I'll do dubs just because it's like, I'll just have the dub up and then I can like do homework on my other screen and kind of like absorb it while also getting shit done, you know? First half of Oshinoko season 2 is so good. It is! I don't remember what episode I'm on. We're in a chapter in between queues. Yeah, I'll be playing like a round of Overwatch, and like in between queues I'll like be either like watching a show or like taking notes. I've gotten a lot of notes done that way. Can't see anything. But I don't want to put any lights on the dirt because that's a waste, because I'll be getting rid of that. Without spoiling anything, do you have a favorite One Piece arc? Because in the site I use, I can see like the names of arcs and stuff, so it's not going to be like, oh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Spoilers. No. All right, can you blow up? What if I do it from up here? I want you to blow up here. Maybe what if I do it underneath? Will that get the rock? Yes. These games and strategy games are perfect multitasking and stuff. Yeah. I always just do it during, like, Overwatch because I'm trying to grind out them loot boxes. I'm so glad loot boxes are back. Like, sure, they, like, are not the best, but they're way better than a battle pass in my opinion because there's at least a chance. And I like, even if it's not great stuff, I like getting free stuff. Watching my character roster fill out because I have all the skins. And I'm an OG Overwatch player, so that means I have a better chance of getting some of the newer stuff because I already have a lot of the old stuff, so they're taken out of the pool for loot boxes. Ha ha ha. Fell down or Dressrosa arc. Or Impel down since Dressrosa took literally years to end. That's insane. I haven't gotten to a favorite one yet. I think so far, what's it called? Log Town? Log Town? Is it called Log Town? That might be it. I kind of like that. It was cool seeing some of the guys come together that like hadn't been included for a while. Yeah, Log Town is a bop. I like Log Town. More excited about loot boxes being back. Right? Like that is messed up. But I gotta have something to hold on to with this game. I get why they make you open them at the end of each season so you can't just hoard them and wait for a season you really like or whatever, but like, I don't know. There's something about just saving up 100 and then opening it at the same time. I did that when Overwatch 1 was kill. It was cool. It was nice. Skype was also a lot of fun. I don't remember. I think I'm just finishing up is it Turnback Mountain? Whiskey Peak? Those might be two different ones. The one with the whale, where they went up the giant mountain. I don't know. I try not to say anything too spoilery. Laboon! Yes, Laboon. That's where I'm at right now. Or last I finished the episode. He is very lovely and I like him a lot. He's a lovely creature. Good boy. I think whales are cool in concept, but if I ran into one, I'd probably piss myself. Do that. How can you punish players for not spending cash in the game? Exactly. How are they going to hurt their player base for not paying them? Laboon love, even the old guy. Yeah, Laboon love. He's a good boy. He's real. His story is also very sad. I would never do that to Laboon. What about a whale shark? I fuck with whale sharks. Like, I feel like I would be less afraid, even though shark is in the name, which is silly because they're like not a shark. I don't know. They're not technically a shark, right? Or like they're evolutionarily a shark, but they just don't eat meat. I don't know. I'm not a ichthyologist or oceanographer or whatever. Big shit in Subnautica is scary. They are sharks. They're just filter feeders. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think if I saw a whale shark, even though I'd still... Big things in the water are scary. Like, I understand them ecologically and, like, being detached from them and looking at a picture, I can be like, yeah, it's cool. But if I was around a whale, like a blue whale, sperm whale, any of those big motherfuckers, I think I would be much more afraid than if I was by, like, a whale shark. Because they're smaller. And, like, their behavior is just also kind of more chill. Like, I like whales, but they fling themselves up so high and I am so small and they will squish me. Hence the whale bit. Any animal underwater is scary. Yeah, like, to an extent, it's just, I don't know, the way they move. Like, it's cool, but it's scary. Even, like, cuttlefish. I really like cuttlefish. I think they're so cute, but they float and they can get to you so fast and they can be at any point on my body at any time. Like, if you're if you're encountering an angry dog or raccoon, you pretty much know where they can get to. They can get to your legs and, like, maybe lower midsection and your feet and your ankles. Animal in the water, anywhere. They can get to your face. They can get to your ass. Anywhere they want, because the water is they can move 3 dimensions. They can move anywhere. It's freaky. If I could observe them without any danger, I would love to watch them underwater, but if you're slightly in danger, not. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But then again, I don't know, I say that, but I absolutely would do one of those things where you, like, get in a tube and, like, are put in water with a gator. I fear I would try to get out, I fear. I would want to pet him while he's eating his chicken they give him as a reward for being so well behaved. Way water in a 3-day space, you have to watch. Yeah, you have to watch everywhere, and I only have eyes right here. They're not here. They're not there. They're not on my butt. I don't have eyes here. I don't have them here or here. They're only here. I can only see so much. And I am afraid. I'm afraid. That's also why I like reptiles. Like, not because I'm, like, less afraid of them. I mean, I am, but, like, what are they gonna do? They're on the ground all the time. Sometimes up higher, but, like, you know where to find them up there. You just look up. Irrational fear of the fish that can swim in your pee. Alright, listen. When I was a kid, I would, like, watch those, like, parasite shows. Or, like those weird shits on, like, I don't know if it was, like, National Geographic. That one channel that showed, like, wildlife protector and elite fighter. Your name has snake in it. I love snakes. I also love wildlife. Oh, well, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm Eliza. We also like critters here. You came in at the perfect time. We're talking animals right now. Real quick, before I get back into my talking about parasites, what are some of your favorite... Do you like snakes? Are they some of your favorites? I'm rather fond of ball pythons and hognoses. Hognoses are very dramatic. I think that's cool of them. My favorite critters, though, are alligators and toads, and I'm also really fond of geckos. But I might be biased because it's my name. But you remember that one channel that, like, always had those weird shows on about, like, there was that one guy that always caught the really big, like, crazy fish, and there was, like, Monsters Inside Me. That was the Parasite show. And, like, one about, like, people getting injured by animals where they'd show, like, the injury happening in, like, a 3D matrix, like, green grid space, and, like, they'd animate it all weird. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's really, really obscure. But I remember I watched that a lot because my parents had it on. It would freak me out. Every animal had snake. Future company Snake Corp are here to protect them and the whole world from evil with a powerful military. Heck yeah! I love critters. That's like kind of one of my calling cards is animals. Animals and video games. Those are my two shticks. Well, I am very glad to have you here. You are very welcome and at home here in the pond. Oh, heck. Oh, yeah, Nightbot's working. Never heard of that. River Monsters with a fishing show. Most extreme. I'll have to find it and show it to you guys because I remember, like, those are the kinds of shits that were on. Yeah, River Monsters, Monsters Inside Me, but there was this one episode, I don't know, I think it might have been Monsters Inside Me, where, and it was just like me and my dad, and my siblings were out doing some other shit, where is exactly what you said. There was this man going pee in some river in, I think, South America. It's always in South America. They have the coolest and the scariest animals. Besides Australia, but I really like Australian critters. I also have a couple pet Australian critters. And he was peeing, and there was a fish that swam up the pit and into his thing. And I was like, one, so glad that I didn't have that mechanism for which that could happen, you know? Like, it can't happen to me, but also, like, they swam up its pee. This one didn't do the green one, but it did show a little animation of, like, the fish swimming up it. Most of the animations were, like, when, like, an animal hurt a human, it would show, like, you know, a kangaroo kicking a guy, and it would be, like, a slow motion. I'm like, and the ribs would fracture here and here, you know? But it showed the fish going up. Yeah, it was, oh, I forgot to get dynamite. And I remember I was like, oh, that's awful. I didn't know that was possible. And it prefers, it like, does it really just to males, just because like, that's how the stream works with the bits, you know? It's just, it doesn't work like that with females because it's not as, they can't swim up it, I guess, which is lovely for me. But I'm still like horrified it exists. And my dad didn't say anything, like, you know, he was, I don't even know if he was paying attention. He was probably on his phone. Hey, welcome. But it was pretty horrifying to me as a kid. One of the green matrixy animation things that I remember specifically, was when they showed, and this is a core memory I have, of when there was a group of guys out deep sea fishing. And they didn't reel it in, but a swordfish, like a marlin, jumped over the boat. His sword went into a guy's mouth, and he, like, wriggled around and, like, fucked up his throat. And they, like, made an animation of it, like, wiggling around and, like, tearing his throat up. And I felt sick, and I still feel sick thinking about it. Because, like, oh man, like, oh, he's never gonna be the same. You remember that? Yeah, it was so horrible. Like, that's horrible. You know, they can salmon it up the stream, but you also have a core memory for some reason. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel so bad. I hope wherever that guy is, that he's healed. And he has a semblance of normalcy. But they, like, the kind of shit they would show on TV back then, like, they showed him, like, on the ground of the boat, and I'm like, this is some, like, live leak shit. Like, what? This is national public television. They compared it to ground beef. Oh, poor man. When you think about this green animation stuff, you think about the old Animal Planet with the most extreme thing. That might be what I'm thinking about. Because it showed, like, weird animals with, like, extreme abilities, right? Like an ant that can, like, kill a bug, like, however many times its size, and they, like, show it bite in. Like, that sort of thing, right? Because I remember that was on. Top 10 tier list every episode. Yeah! And would it be, like, most extreme, like, swimmers, most extreme punchers? Like, would it be, like, organized like that? Or did it just have a bunch of animals and it just decided most extreme based on, like, vibes? I remember that. I watched that. I was also most extreme for a category, so they probably ran out after a while. That's a really cool concept. Deadliest Warrior. I didn't watch it, but I remember it being on, and I probably saw some of it, like just absentmindedly watching TV. I really fucked with those home makeover shows or like kids getting their rooms made over. Although now that I think about it, like it's kind of ridiculous. Like a girl will be like, I really like horses, and then they'll turn her bed into a stable and they get rid of the mattress and she has to sleep on hay. And then her and her family comes in and they're like, wow, this is just what I wanted. And it's like, homegirl, this is gonna be cool for like a week. Like legitimately like sucks. And a lot of the builds they did, like how are they gonna clean like an entire fake forest in the room? You know how much dust that's gonna get? And it's all super flammable. My Strange Addiction, dude, I'll still watch that. I'll pull up full episodes on the other monitor and I'll watch it like, but then I won't be able to eat for a while after because I'll see somebody who's addicted to like eating bits of like dirty diaper, you know? Wow, we love it. There was this one home makeover clip that was like viral because I like watching the ones where like the people don't like how it turned out and I'm like, ah, it's funny because it's not me. But they got their, like they glued like straw to the wall and the guy was trying so hard. He's like, well, honey, we can work with it. And the wife was just like, yeah, right, just get a raised carpet. Every episode, everything, there's no fucking way they eat that, and they show a clip of them scarfing that shit down. Yeah, like, was there one where there's this woman who ate, like, her husband's ashes, and they were, she's like, I like to eat a little bit of Jeremy every day, it makes me feel closer to him. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't. And then they show her, like, dipping 2 fingers into the urn, and, like, like, ew, gross. Yeah, like making hot chocolate. I think one of the ones that like disturbed me the most, not disturbed, intrigued. Like there was this girl who bitten Rango where he accidentally, yeah, and he's like, it's a little spicy, and she's like, those are my daddy's ashes, and he was like, oh, that's so specific, and I remember exactly what you're talking about. But the one that stuck with me was this woman who had to drink blood every day. And she's like, I really like the blood of like pigs and stuff. That's like the most human-like I can find. But my favorite is actually like drinking human blood, and I can get my friends to donate their blood to me. And the texture. Like, disregard the taste. Like, the taste is gross, but we've all tasted blood. You know, we've all like lost a tooth, bit our tongue or whatever. But like, slurping that down, like, it has to be, like, it's in your blood. It's gotta be, like, well, it's in your blood. It's in your body. It's gotta be, like, a little viscousy. Like, is it, like, mucusy, I think? Like, kind of thick? Maybe, like, oh, that's gross. The texture makes me want to vom. The girl who ate hair. Yeah, and that's, like, super dangerous, because hair can wrap around your organs. So, like, that's why whenever my pets are, like, roaming around, I, like, vacuum beforehand and make sure there's nothing that looks like food. Because if they eat a piece of hair, it can, like, literally strangle their, like, viscera, their organs, and, like, that's super dangerous. Yeah, she was, like, legitimately just a vampire. I don't know if she would ever drink, like, from the source, but I know that her friends would, like, let her draw blood and, like, drink it from, like, bags. Blood doesn't interact with your stomach well. I would expect not. Like, you're not meant to consume that. It's not meant to be part of, like, our nutrition. Little amounts and like, you know, certain meats and stuff is probably fine, but like drinking it, I imagine it would make you very sick. And like, this is just a woman. Like, she wasn't, I don't think she was a nurse or like anybody with like experience on like how to properly clean and store and manage blood. So I doubt like she probably didn't like properly clean it. Like, who knows what she might come in contact with? Not saying her friends have, like, diseases, but, like, that's not sanitary. You don't mind if I pop a tap? Oh, and she had to have that conversation with them, and I like... Oh, my favorite part of that episode was all the different interviews with the friends, and, like, all of them were just, like, Yeah, this is like really weird and we like kind of hate it, but like she's our friend and we've been doing it so long that like it's kind of just like normal now, but I'd rather not. And she's just like, they're so nice and give me their bud. Those shows are before crazy people had access to VTuber models they could add lore to. Exactly. See, before then, you'd catch me on My Strange Addiction. Eliza Gekida lives alone with 50 leopard geckos who she lets free roam. She has lost several toes because when they start nibbling on her, she, quote, lets them do what they want because they're so damn cute. And people would watch that and be like, what the fuck? But now I'm just quirky, haha. Agreeing to do it is weirder in my opinion. Yeah. Like, she's already got, like, something going on where she feels the need to drink blood, but, like, you do not have that thing going on, and you are allowing someone to drink your blood. Also, like, I don't know, I hate giving blood. I only do it when I have to, because it makes me really lightheaded. A special feature on that hoarding show. Oh yeah, that would be me! She had a little anemia, stop judging. Do you just have to eat, like, iron for that? Also, that just reminded me, I've been putting off getting my blood drawn for a doctor's appointment that I need for several months. It's one of those where it's like, they just want to, like, test my levels and make sure everything's okay. I could have done it any of these past weekends, but I keep forgetting, and, like, then when I miss it, like, it's not scheduled, it's like you can just walk in, so I'm not, like, wasting anyone's time. But then when I miss it, I'm just like, oh, well. But now I'm pretty sure my appointment's in, like, a week or two, so I think I gotta go do that. I hate it. I hate it. I always feel lightheaded, and I have, like, I told y'all, I get really lightheaded afterwards, and, like, I've gotten sick once or twice, so I always dread it, and I feel bad. Now your doctor won't talk to you. That's so funny. You draw blood right now instead of a picture of red paint on construction paper. The funniest part of that is that the medical professional who you are paying to help you is just refusing to talk to you. I can draw my own blood. Got a little red teardrop. Hey, look. Ever have issues finding your veins? Yeah, they do. I have small veins, and they're like, oh, you're dehydrated. I'm like, no, I'm not. Listen to this. I stay strapped. I have a massive water bottle that I'm constantly sipping. Sometimes I wonder, like, they tell you how much water you gotta drink to be hydrated, but, like, when I drink that much water, I feel, like, unwell. I feel like a water balloon. Like, I move and my stomach goes blah, 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 blah. Like, that's too much. No! Not small. Which is weird, because I'm like, I mean, you see me, I'm quite pale. Like, they can see through. They're just small veins. Also be a genetic thing. It is. My family, I think we've got, like, issues with our vagus nerve, which makes us more prone to serious drops in blood pressure. I've had a couple mild ones on stream, but I'll usually just, like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I'll usually just, like, hop off and go, like, have some fruit snacks real quick just to, like, get my blood sugar up and, like, have some water. I don't know what does it, but it mostly happens when I get, like, an IV or a blood draw. I hope it's not, like, a heart thing. Because I also sometimes get really lightheaded when I stand up. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Compliment for having good veins. You are lucky. You make the nurse's days. Still remember the nurse who made my left arm vein pop out? Stop. Stop. Horrible. That's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Oh. One obvious vein that stopped having blood? This is intriguing. I think I told y'all one time when I went to the hospital when I was a kid, I had staph pneumonia, and it was like 5 a.m. and I was sleeping, and like a nurse just came in, and like I kind of woke up to the noise, and they didn't talk to me. They just like stuck my hand and like drew blood and like left, and I think I was like just kind of like eh, and they were like, it's fine, and they just like left. Like, you really aren't gonna, like, I don't know, wake me up before you take my blood. They might have been a vampire. I might have just been robbed by a creature of the night. wearing a nurse's uniform. I don't know, I think... I can tell my left arm has gotten more done with it because there's like a tiny scar. So I'd hope that might be like the easier one to go to. A lot of bloodsuckers in this chat. Give me blood, I don't care, let me sleep. I don't know, I wanted to sleep, but they woke me up. And I'm like, at this point, if I'm already awake, you may as well like be nice and say like, hey, I'm just gonna take your blood. Cause I like wake up and there's a needle in my hand, I'm scared. I was like 8 years old when this happened. If I'm an adult, like sure, I don't care. I trust you know what you're doing, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was my first like longer than just a little like couple hours hospital stay. Like I was properly admitted. Because I had staph bacteria and fluid pockets in my lungs. Because we just moved into our house and they painted it. And my mom thinks it was because of the paint. I don't know how the staph bacteria got in there. How that works out, but it did. I had a couple little hospital stays as a kid. I had another couple years later where I think I've told you guys all of these before. I fell on a wet playground metal step and it caught me right in the gut and I ruptured my spleen. And a couple of years ago I had to get my appendix out. Those are and wisdom teeth. Those are like all my pretty much big medical things. Probably just a big mosquito in a suit. I don't know, maybe. Built weak. Should have spent more time rubbing dirt in it. I should have. Ruptured sleep vibes? Oh, ruptured spleen vibes. I think I've told you all this because I remember mentioning this on stream once. My mom thought I had just bruised my diaphragm, but it caught me too low. And the way the step fell, I folded in half at my gut, right? Like over the step. Which is probably pretty funny. And the doctor came in like laughing at the x-ray because my spleen was shaped like Pac-Man where the step got absorbed into it. It healed itself. They really didn't need to do anything. I had very mild like internal injuries and it was super superficial, but I had to stay anyway to be monitored to make sure like the bleeding didn't get bad or anything. And it was fine. Like I'm cool. They didn't do anything or get any surgery. It just happened. Yeah, I folded like an omelet. It's funny looking back on, but like it hurt. It was scary. So I'd never like felt that before. The appendix was weird though, because the appendix, my stomach just hurt. Like I've had like tummy issues and stuff, so I just thought it was like one of those, but like a little bit worse. And they're like, no, it wants to blow up. And I'm like, ah. Wish I could have kept it though. I know like they changed things and like it's unhygienic and probably not very good, but like, I don't know, I made it. Give it to me. Let me put it in a weird ass jar and keep it on my desk. So I can softly caress it and be like, thank you. Thank you for letting yourself be taken. I know that was hard. Yeah! Look at my wisdom teeth. Like, I don't know. It's cool. They're bones. I like bones. I collect bones. Yep. I hope this area stays like folded in like this because this gives me less to dig. Let's do not far. Right there, right at the entrance. I'll dig in there in a minute. Only the tooth fairy where I steal teeth. They catch you in the back of the dentist's office, shoving your pockets full of teeth. You know, I've never played a Kirby game, but I feel like I would like that. I feel like I'd enjoy Kirby. As a concept, he's a very pleasing little creature. Toyo, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Boar creature. Well, that's one way to put it. He's spherical, and he's cool. I like him. I know. I don't know where I'd play it. I guess I'll try to see if I can't wrangle up some Switch games for it and play it on the Switch 2 once I save up enough monies for that. I gotta figure out how, like, the like, capture device works for it. I haven't used it for, like, the Switch yet, but I'd like to do it for Switch 2 and play shit on that for you guys. God of- No! Yeah, Poyo to all my homies. Thank you. Squamata, you're on your evil shit today. You're on your dastardly business. We were just talking. We've had a lot of conversations today. We were talking about the Direct. Nintendo games as a whole. What else were we talking about that was cool? Oh! I want your opinion on this one. So, we were talking about a lot of those old weird channels on TV, and I don't know if it was like National Geographic or whatever, but like, Monsters Inside Me, the Parasite show, you know? Extreme Catch, the one where the guy caught all these weird fish and it was like 90% just like really big gar. And one that was called, I don't remember, and chat will probably help me remind me. It was like Extreme something, and it was like they had like a thing for like animals, like extreme swimmers and extreme kickers, and they'd like list 1 to 10, the most extreme. Yeah, like the animals. I think it might have been this show, but do you remember that one show where they would show like animated animals in this green matrix like doing shit, and like it was like really weird, and it was like only really used in that show, but like sometimes it'd be referenced in other stuff, and I feel like I'm crazy, but I remember they showed it in like other stuff of like animals injuring people, and it would show like an animated like skeleton like getting cracked or whatever, and they just like had that on TV. Squamata might have dipped out, or maybe they're looking it up, I don't know. I think recollecting weird memories like this is so fun. We have so much in common with other people that we don't even know, like in the pond, even, and I think that's cool. If you don't recall that, you feel like you've seen a frame of something like that. That's something. I never really purposefully like went out of my way to watch that stuff. It was always just on. We also, you'll probably remember this one. Do you remember, and this became like a meme, but I saw it when it was like on TV. I think it was Monsters Inside Me where the fish swam up the pea stream in this one river up the guy's junk. That stuck with me. Sure, it stuck with my brother a lot more though. Frame of a lion or something biting through a dude's skull. Yeah, exactly. Or this one where a marlin or a swordfish like stuck his sword in the back of some guy's throat and wiggled around. With the pea hole parasites. Yeah. Are they parasites or are they super tiny fish? They have to be parasites, right? Because I think the guy said he felt it as it, you know, went up in there. I think the worst part of it all, besides the fact that it could do that in the first place, was that it like was biting at him. Like you're in there, you may as well at least be a nice guest. Hey, don't bite the guy on the inside. Why can't a fish be a parasite? I don't think parasites, there's ecto and endoparasites, and I want to say they're mostly defined by their ability to like essentially like worsen the life of another organism for the benefit of their own. So I suppose fish can be, but I don't know if I can think of a fish that's a parasite. It's mostly just like insects and invertebrates that I see as parasites. A kind of cat. If it's in your body, it's a parasite. But there's also ectoparasites, external parasites. Mites, ticks, leeches. That's what we at least learned in my wildlife diseases class. Parasites detrimental by by definition they cause harm to another organism for their own benefit, but there can be some that benefit by like, you know, eating someone's hair and making them like I don't think, is mange caused by parasites? I don't know. I just know there can be external and there can be internal, but generally most people understand parasites as being internal. Yeah. Yeah, we're against parasites. Parasites are against us. Mange is caused by mites. Yeah, so that's parasites. Alright, let's go in here. Also, look at the progress we've made. Got it. Yes. You know what I think is kind of freaky is like gaping. It's like a concept in disease, fungus. I think fungus makes me like the most uncomfortable besides parasites, but like everything else is just like, you know, it's like bacteria, virus or whatever, but fungus, it like, I don't know, it like grows and like thrives in certain places on the body and like just as a concept is kind of weird. Because outside of the body, they like, you know, they grow under the ground in super long, massive networking tunnels of like connected mycelium. So it's like, how much is on my body that I don't see if I have a fungal disease? Prions are also terrifying. Yeah, don't even get me started. Those things are, I don't like prions. Because what are they? They're misfolded proteins that essentially once they start replicating, you cannot stop them, and they like eat your brain from the inside out. I know, fungus is decay, and fungus is cool in concept, but fungal diseases on me, I feel like I'd feel very, like, uncomfortable. They literally have fun in the name. I like the fruiting bodies of fungus. I like the cute little above ground things I see. I don't not like it. I just think it's a kind of freaky in a cool way that they can exist majorly under the ground. I got like this stat in one of my classes, I don't remember, but like there's like a blank percent of the world is like covered with fungus underground. We just don't see it. Where did that go? What? Okay. I like yeast because bread. That is cool. Destroying angels. That's a sick ass. That sounds like a Neon Genesis reference. Don't go that way. No! Oh, got it. Yay. You, like, right there. Interesting how fungi can be multi- or unicellular. I agree, I think that's cool of them too. It's very real and sweet of them. I have a mushroom identifying app on my phone. I like to go find cool mushrooms. I also have the insect one, and I used it the other day while walking around. There was this little thing, it looked like a long ant, and it was kind of wiggly. Thought I heard a noise. It was an earwig. It was very small. I've always seen earwigs, like, pictures online of them being quite large. Eat random mushroom you find on the ground. It'll be fun and cool, just like the Binding of Isaac. You'll see lots of pretty colors. And nothing will go wrong. Ah, heck yeah, thanks for joining. It was lovely to have you. You're always welcome to come in and talk about critters. We love beasts around here. I can ramble to you about all my many reptiles. And Frog. Frog is in frog jail because he keeps throwing himself at the glass every time I get up, and I think he's starting to hurt his nose, so now he's got a towel in front of the tank. But it has a small hole in it because it's a rag towel, so sometimes he'll be sitting there and watching me through it, and it's a little off-putting. I have to protect him from himself. Brain damaged. Probably. I'm shocked he's not brain damaged. White's tree frogs are the most voracious, hungry, horrendously active little critter. I love them. All of these words are, they sound negative, but I think they're fantastic animals. But they're so voracious. That's the best word I have for it. Even though I feed him a lot, like you're scared they're gonna hurt themselves or damage their little brains because they're always flinging themselves at you. Anything that moves. He bit my arm this morning. I went to fill up his water and he started just biting the skin on my forearm, and I just let him so I could do his water in peace. Better than biting my fingers, because then sometimes his little tooth scrapes against my nail and leaves like a small white mark, and it makes me like, ugh. It's like chalky. He's a very good boy. He's very dumb. I know how to like manage most of my critters, like my gecko and bearded dragon. You put them on like a heating pad, and they'll sit as long as you want, so you can scritch them. My Uromastyx, you find him a nice cave, and he'll stay there for a while. But the frog, the only way to keep the frog still so you can hang out with him is to not move. The moment anything moves, a piece of hair falls across your face, you scratch something on your leg, you pull out your phone, whatever just moved is forfeit and going in his mouth. The other animals have some recognition of what's food and what's not food, and sometimes they might show brief interest, but they'll like smell it or look at it for a second and realize like that's not food, and then they'll disregard it. Not him. If it moves, he tries to eat it, you get your finger back out of the mouth, and he's like, he should realize by then like that was not food, what was just in there. But then you'll move that same finger and he'll bite it again with reckless abandon, like he has no idea. Put him in the fridge for a bit. No! I can't do that. I mean, that will make him slow down, but I'm not gonna do that. That's frog abuse. You're just a hungry guy. I have to eat you now. It's just the way it is. I'm just the messenger. Yeah, like he's being led by some larger biological purpose, which he is. That's just how they are. Their nickname is Dumpy Tree Frogs because they're such chunky little turds. They always want to eat. My mom calls him a tummy with a face, but I think he's just a mouth. A mouth with a stomach attached to it. Very charming little critters. Wonderful design choice. I like all frogs, but their roundness and appeal is beyond reproach. Veracity personified. Yep. I mean, it's good. It means he's healthy. Hungry frog is a healthy frog. Long fall, 4 seconds. Can't do quite 4 seconds yet. Meow. Sometimes when I do just these streams where I'm not really doing much, but like this, you know, like there's not a whole lot of like content or stuff to be discussed in the game. Sometimes I'll worry I'll run out of stuff to talk about, but I feel like I've been on a yap train today. Plenty to discuss. Back to Nintendo actually. Is it the Mother series or the with Ness and the other guys? I've never played them. It's just vibes, baby. Very true. I think it's Mother, right? Is that the series? They're one of like the earlier Nintendo games. Are they making more of those? I've never played them. But like that, Pikmin is doing well. Or no, not Pikmin. What's his name? Mr. Game & Watch. I don't know what he's from. I'm thinking of all these characters from Smash that I just haven't seen a game from in ages. Ice Climbers, where are they at? I don't know. Earthbound, that's it. He's from Game & Watch. We need a new Game & Watch game, dude. I've been saying that for years. I've seen Pikmin around. I'm actually kind of surprised Pikmin is like a thing. It seems like one of those games that like it's like, oh, it's a Nintendo classic, but like they haven't had a new release in like a decade, but they're still coming out. I feel like I'd enjoy Pikmin. You know, hole about 75 meters deep to fall for 4 seconds. That's a lot of meters. Earthbound. I wonder how many games there are of those. Three. Also, Squamata, question. I remember in a past stream we were talking about Metroid, and you were one of the ones looking forward to the new Metroid release. What are your thoughts on this new one? Do you like the first-personness? Do you like that Samus has these powers? Do you like the concept, the landscape, any of the other features? Also, this goes for any of you guys in chat who also play Metroid. I just remember Squamata was one of my mods that said they'd played it before. I've never played it. It seems cool. I like the character. I think it's very, very fun that her origin was that everyone thought she was a dude, and then she just like took off her suit at the end of the game. They're like, oh, it's a chick, and then she's like, I just think that's funny. First person isn't new. All Prime games are first person. Are they? I thought I had always. Maybe I just remember seeing the bits where she was a ball and like going through those like puzzly sections. Is that what I'm thinking of? Nothing special, just another Prime game, which is cool. I guess that's a good thing for Prime fans. They're not diverging too much from the system, which has already worked. Money. Money, money, money. Morph Ball is third person. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of the clips where it's like you're the ball. How does she fit in there? I feel like that'd be uncomfortable. First person Morph Ball. You would get so sick. Flexible. I suppose. Maybe I just need to stretch more. Must be funny in a rich man's world. You know what'd be fun? I know I'm not like quite big enough for like a subathon or anything yet, but it'd be cool to do like a mixed subathon type thing where like channel points can also increase the stream length, you know? Because I'm trying to think of more things to do with channel points, and I know a lot of you guys have quite the collection. The first-person Sonic fan game. I feel like that would make you so sick. Stretch break. Ah, word. Sorry, my hair freaks out sometimes. I remember that one Sonic fan game that was like kind of popular on like people would make YouTube videos of it like a while ago, where I think you'd like film like little mini Sonic videos, and there was one section where someone was like laying an egg. I remember this was one of my like unrestricted internet access days. Any of y'all know what I'm talking about? Sonic Dreams Collection. That's exactly it. All right. Stretched. Got a little bit of water too for good measure. Yeah, Sonic Dreams Collection was weird. Kind of reminds me of Sonic High School in the material that was focused on. Yeah, now you have to remember it. I think it was Rouge. Why is it always Rouge that's having the babies? I know why. She's the hot one. Everyone likes her. They see her, they go, bazow wow. Hot titty bat. Yep. Simplified it perfectly. I want to look into the Summer Games Fest now and see what. Also, I'm realizing, see what game companies might be showing there. I'm upping my OBS volume because that might be the reason why I wasn't hearing alerts the other day. Summer Games Fest last year was pretty good. I don't remember. Did Bethesda make much of an appearance last year? I know I'm like on copium right now, but every time a big game announcement thing comes around, be it like the Xbox Game Awards or any direct or you know, Summer Games Fest, I always am like, maybe now they'll talk about the one game I want them to talk about. Maybe this is the day. Xbox Game Awards in winter. This last winter, I screamed when Todd came out. He didn't even say anything about Elder Scrolls, but I really hoped he would. More Starbound DLC. I don't understand why they don't realize how bad that game turned out. Someone in chat, I think Parmo or Dino, was like, yeah, they said they want to base Elder Scrolls 6 like on Starfield. I'm like, no. No, you don't. No. Yeah, Starfield. I know what you mean. It's okay. Sunk cost fallacy, probably. What does that mean again? Like, they put all their money into it, so they may as well keep pushing for, like, smaller amounts of money, because it'll make them more than just making a new game. That's how I am interpreting it. Soon every game will be based off Starfield. Why? Basically? Okay, word. Also, the ET thing. I remember, like, vaguely that, like, yeah, there was a game that, like, or there was a time when video games almost, like, died. Was it actually a game based on ET? Like, the ET Phone Home, that guy? I feel he shouldn't back out. Even rationally, it makes more sense to just do something else. Yeah, maybe it's, like, pride, but also all the money they put in. RGB Rock. Yeah! Let's get another one. I wish they'd give me money. I found more than the 5 I need, but they're not, like, they don't do anything to collect more. At least from what I've found. Literally a pit in the desert where they buried all the unsold. No, there wasn't. That can't be true. Big performance boost. Yeah, it'd be cool if you picked it up and it made you like mine better for the next like 5 minutes. I remember Morrowind was Bethesda's like Hail Mary. Like they were going out of business and they're like, listen, we may as well like do all this weird stuff we've been wanting to do, because if we're gonna like not be able to make games anymore, like let's make this a good one. And Morrowind, excuse me, was so good that it jump-started the heart of Bethesda and brought them back to life. Look it up, it's real. No. No. The Atari video game burial was a mass burial of unsold video game cartridges, consoles, and computers in a New Mexico landfill site undertaken by the American video game and home computer company Atari. Oh wait, before 2014, the goods buried were rumored to be unsold copies of E.T., one of the largest commercial video game failures and cited as one of the worst video games ever released. Some people say it might have been an urban legend. Atari officials verified the numbers to be around 700,000 cartridges of various games, including E.T. So a lot of them were E.T. Why did they? That's funny. E.T. was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Atari was full of shit-ass games, and E.T. game was so bad and released on Christmas, disappointed as many children as possible. Gotta take your dates to the E.T. landfill. That would legitimately be, like, such a cool date, though. To, like, go to where they buried all these old games and stuff. Like, that's cool. They buried all the unsold copies in the desert. That's hilarious. That's weird, because now when you think of, like, old, like, cool retro video games and stuff, like, Atari is, like, top of the list. Although I don't really know them for making any modern shit. Picnic blanket on top of melted game cartridges. Nice and warm. Have like a random like desert agama to come over and lay on the blanket. That's a perfect date. I have 2 keys. Do they open this? Oh. Wait, I only have 1 teleporter? Hold on. Is the teleporter single use? Hey, Eliza, want to go out? I know a spot deep, deep in the desert. Actually, that sounds less romantic when you put it like that. It sounds kind of scary. But yes. Why Nintendo called their console entertainment system because video games became a bit taboo after the crash. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Can we buy more? No. There's only one. Okay, well, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I made E.T. worked alone and was given like 5 weeks to do it. Oh, suck. Oh, that poor guy. Okay, so we'll use it at the very end as a last hurrah when we've dug everything out. How about that? That's frustrating. I was getting excited. I'm like, man, maybe we can just like, this will make it like way faster. I hoped the surface means like right outside the door and not like up there. Yeah, let's try some of this. Hey, that's pretty good. I have osteoporosis. Oops. I'm a fairy. Neat. We're fighting for an E.T. remake. I didn't see anything about that in the Nintendo Direct, nor did I see anyone asking for Mario Teaches Typing 3. Okay. Which, like, when are we gonna be heard, huh? When are we gonna get what we want? I'm a Farah. Carpet bombing. I am. Lovely. Light there, heck yeah. Oh heck, I should have looked it up while I was looking stuff up. I want to know how deep the world is, so I can, like, have in the back of my mind, like, how close I am. Nintendogs, the Nintendiles? Like, crocodiles? I agree, though. I think Switch 2 would benefit from a new Nintendogs. They came out with one for the Switch... the Switch. But it had a different IP. Like, I think they switched developers. I ate that shit up as a kid. I would play that. It might be kind of a weird game to stream, but I'd play it. Any of you guys play any Nintendogs? Nintendogs and cats? I like that. You had the original? Yeah, me too. I had the one with the little dachshund on it. Because my mom had a pet dachshund, and so I was like, that's my favorite dog. Oh yeah, German Shepherds now. Play those games the fast food companies made, like the Burger King game? No, but I know what you're talking about. Was it John Tron that made a video about those? There was like a McDonald's themed game too. Isn't that weird? Or like they like gave you a game on like a CD. Like go home and put the branded company CD game into your old shitbox and you'd play an advertisement. You're the same one? Oh, you're real. So I got Burger King in my attic somewhere. That shit went hard. Chex Quest. Oh my gosh. I never played any of those, but I remember them. The loot and stuff is cool, but at this point I'm making so much money I don't need to seek it out. Wealth will come to me. I just continue and everything will work out. The fruits of the earth will make themselves known. Their bounty for me. Sound like a, what do you call it? Oh, heck. That, like, really old, well-known movie. It's like, The Nights That Say Knee, your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries and the flesh wound. You sound like a character from that. Very prosperous behavior. I agree. If only I were this prosperous in real life. Monty Python Holy Grail. Thank you. Yes. Curious to see what I watch. Like what I watch on YouTube. Oh man. What do I watch? Sometimes I'll go back and watch like old shit by like, you know, like JonTron and the classics. I watch Meat Canyon videos whenever they come out. Recently been watching like, while doing work, I'll watch like crime stuff. Like people getting pulled over and freaking out. I find that kind of funny. A lot of times, especially around now when like new game announcements are coming out, like I said, I'll watch like a breakdown of like the trailer and like things we're hoping will be in the next game that might be hinted at in the trailer, like that sort of stuff. Lore videos for Elder Scrolls. Animal Crossing videos talking about stuff they want. Mostly that sort of stuff. A lore video ASMR. Like watching the lore video or like me getting the script to the lore video and like just reading it back to you guys. I need to fix my mic before I can do any ASMR. This shit's bunk. Both. In the dawn of the third era. And so, the Numidium ship was created to keep a massive meteor flying over the city. At least I think that's what it was called, because I don't have the script in front of me and I forget what it was called. And then people didn't like Vivek anymore after that, so he put his middle finger up as high as he could, and he snapped his fingers and was gone. The meteor crashed into the city and everyone died. No one goes to Vivek City anymore. They're all dead. Professor placed it with a sign that said ASMR head scrub. Like a real life. I've never seen ASMR advertised in real life. That's such an internet thing. JonTron's old videos? Me too. I haven't watched his recent ones as much, but I'll still watch them when they come up. They're rare. Also, I love Salmonella's stuff whenever they come up. I am still doing this. Listen, I had a goal. I'm gonna dig this entire place out. It might take a while, and it might, like, I sandwich the streams in between other games so I don't get, like, mind-numbed from doing this. But it's gonna happen. ASMR the sound. ASMR, I don't know what it stands for, but it's like the sounds like tickle a specific part of your brain and it like satisfies you. So you like, it like calms you down and makes you happy, I think, right? I don't really get ASMR. I mean, sometimes I like some of those videos of like people like putting up soap and stuff. I think that's fun. But I don't really get like the tingles and the feelings that people describe. Some people just listen to ASMR because they're like, they like the person's voice too, though. They just like want to listen to them talk. I've never, like, are they advertising it to like come pay for it? Or are they like, are they doing an ASMR show? Are they advertising their like Twitch channel where they stream ASMR content? I literally can't fathom how that would be like advertised in a real life setting. Because part of the, I think part of the stuff with ASMR too is you can listen to it like anywhere. Like a lot of people will listen to it while like in the, you know, having like a relaxing tub or like laying in bed. But you go in person in ASMR and you're just gonna be like sitting in someone else's like, some stranger's chair. Like it's not gonna be as calming, I think, if you're not in like your space. Triggers noise sensitivity for you. Yeah, some of it I don't like. Like I don't really like the eating ones because chewing sounds, I don't love that. You should go for the experience. Report back, soldier. Tell us your findings. You would listen to me if I read a novel? Maybe. If I could get my mic to work better. I enjoy reading stuff out loud. I'd probably lose my voice, but it would be worth it for the content, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of it is probably because people are like into it. But you know, if that's their flavor, go for it. You got plenty of stuff out there for you. But I don't like chewing sounds personally. Weekly book club. Just pick a book and read it to you guys. I get evil ASMR. Certain sounds can be a horrible tingling feeling. Yeah, like Like that sort of stuff, like, I feel that. I feel the nasty tingles, but the good ASMR, I don't get it. Yeah, the whispering, or like, I don't like when they whisper and you can hear like their teeth touch, like the briefly and quietly, but like keeps doing it. I don't like it. I also have a thing with like repeated noises at the same level, like let me think. What's a noise that like bugs me? Obviously chalk. I hate chalk. I hate any chalk, writing on a chalkboard, which sucks because a lot of the rooms at my school, they use chalkboards. I also don't like when people sneeze too many times in a row, like in school. It's not their fault, and I know they can't help it, but like after 3 times, I'm like, all right, you're getting too greedy. The only ASMR I like are the scripts people do where they just like talk nice and there's a story. Yeah, like that makes sense, because then there's something to follow along, you know? The only ASMR you listen to are the super cursed ones where just some random ass thing happening. Yeah. Yeah, like, oh man, there's this really weird one online that like I saw on a meme, and it's like Bakugo like helps you while you're like having his kid, and it just starts, and it's like obviously like a kid doing it, like a 13-year-old child, and he's like, baby, what's the problem? What's wrong? Like he's just yelling like that the whole time. It's so funny. Like Smarties because you pretend you're eating chalk. Evil. No, not like ASMR sneezing. Like, I'm saying I don't like repetitive noises in general. So like people sneezing too many times in a row I don't like. And sometimes when people make the same, like an ASMR, when they make the same noise too many times in a row, I get like a little like, all right, enough. Balloons, no commentary. Ooh, that's nice. The popping sounds are very good. You sneeze your last sneeze. Yes, too many times. And I feel like when I'm coughing, and I like cough for a while, like, and then there's a break of like 2 minutes, and then I feel the need to cough again. I'm like, I don't want to cough anymore. I'm done. That's it. You're finished. How much more do you have to do? Especially if they're non-productive coughs. Like, what's happening? Stop it. Yeah, boyfriend falls downstairs into traffic, or like normal people talking, but like every 10 seconds there's like the loudest fart you've ever heard. Like that kind of ASMR. I like that. Yeah, I agree. Girlfriend ASMR, but dumb shit instead. I'm trying to think of something. Like, you could do one that's like weird but a little more serious, where it's like, hey babe, welcome back from the gym. I put all your creatine powder in this Kraft mac and cheese. Eat up, you know, like that sort of thing. Or you could be like, like really cursed things. I'm trying to think. I don't know, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, more than 3 times over. Take your out-of-shape girlfriend to work out and just me complaining the entire time. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be here. You told me we were going to Dunkin'. I don't want to go after the workout. I outwill my sneezes. I rarely sneeze more than twice. It's usually a one and done. I have an extended family member. She's like a great aunt or a great aunt or something, who once she sneezes, she can't stop for a while. And it's a lot. And I'm always like, oh, do you need a tissue? But in my head, I'm like, it's enough. Stop it. Girlfriend goes through your grandmother's medicine cabinet. I haven't heard that one. That sounds so funny. Girlfriend burns spaghetti while trying to make you a nice meal ASMR. Oh, yeah. Oh, I would totally do that. Like, get pots and pans and, like... Fuck. This is the sound of spaghetti falling everywhere. Shit. A little longer, dear. The sound of, like, the fire alarm going off in the background. Just keep playing League of Legends. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you get it. Babe, I hate to interrupt your League sesh, but could you please take a shower? It's been a week and it really stinks in here. Babe, I know you're pheromone maxing. Please, I love your natural musk, but the neighbors are starting to complain and I really don't want to have to talk to them anymore. Please take a shower, Pookie, for me. What's stench maxing? Isn't that just another term for not taking a shower? No, I'm not some basic Stacy, babe. You know I understand you. You're my alpha. This is the worst. I hate this. Remember when it was a dude who's a girl's imaginary boyfriend, he's getting her to fight against ingesting her meds? How do they make this shit up? Smoke alarm going off. Yeah, it's the smoke alarm's going off and you can't hear the girl at all. It's beep, beep, beep. Is the background, you just hear her, she's kind of like, ah, oh no, no, oh, I can't, oh, what is rigatoni? Brave Rot Romcom Mango I was reading recently. I hate but love those TikToks where like they do like the anime voice that I was just doing, you know? Oh, it's awful, it's awful. I would do some of that shit though, the burning spaghetti one, that sounds fun. You know, I wonder if I could just like record myself doing that and just like transpose it over. Like try to upload that. Record the sound. Wait, hold on. That gives me an idea. I'm pulling up sound. I'm getting ideas. Hold on. Wait, I'm doing something. Oh, fuck. Hold on. No, I don't want to see how to fix it. I just want to hear the sound. I want to hear the sound. I just want the sound. Stop. I don't want to fix it. What are the sound? Sound. Noise video. Blackened spaghetti with barely cooked sauce with poorly photoshopped bit of fire on it. Smoke alarm detector sound. Is this going to be the beeping? Or is it like the blaring?
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has
Y'all want
never had
Domino's?
stuffed crust before. Seriously.
What is this? There we go. All right, hold on. I will now be a cursed streamer. All right, let me scroll up. Where's the thing? Babe, I know you're top fragging, but there's a bit of a situation in the kitchen. I don't know if that picked up at all because it was really that's a good emoji. I don't know if that picked up. That's funny. Y'all are giving me ideas for videos. It picked up? Oh, spectacular. We have a bit of a problem just being completely, like, oblivious. I have to, like, add the sound effect of, like, a fire blaring. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I was worried it was gonna be, like, the low battery beep, which I'm like, I wanted the full sound effect. The majority of the videos were just, like, thumbnails of guys, like, with their hands at the back of their heads looking up at a smoke alarm, like, how to fix a smoke alarm going off. It's like, I open a window and, like, get a piece of paper and fan it around and stop the smoke. That's it. With your mic and suddenly having to AFK because your house is literally burning down. Alright. I've seen a couple clips and it's, like, kind of funny because, like, no one got hurt, where, like, people will, like, be streaming and then the fire alarm starts going off and they actually have to leave because their roommate, like, started a small fire in the kitchen or something. You're in a fight or flight. The same fire alarm sound I have at my house. At my place with my parents, when I go stay with them, their fire alarm is very, very sensitive. So anytime they cook with, like, cooking wine, like, it's gonna go off. So I've become, like, kind of numb to it because I've heard it so many times growing up that, like, I fear when I actually hear it, I'm just gonna be like, mommy's just making dinner. And she's never, like, burns anything. It just, anytime there's steam or, like, the smallest bit of smoke, and then I'll have to get up and put, like, towels on my pet's tank so it won't be so loud for them and they don't get scared. I don't think they really care, but, you know. Worst part of dorm life. Yeah, I remember one time the fire alarm went off at 2 a.m. It's a couple of years ago, because someone, like, burnt a bag of popcorn or, like, It went up another time because someone had the shower on too long, which I'm like, I don't think Steam can do that. We had to leave at like 2 a.m. and I like left in flip-flops and I was standing and we were standing under this tree that was like a pine tree. It was like one of those pines where it's like all near the top, so you have like this big matting of brown pine needles. And my feet got attacked by ants. Like they bit the fuck out of my feet. It was rather unpleasant. I remember getting woken up from a nap after a long hot day in your college dorm, staggering out to find a seat and just being in a dazed catatonic state for several hours. It took several hours for them to get it fixed. Normally it took like 10-20 minutes max. Because we never really had like a fire. It's always just people being dumb. I will say none of them were ever because of me. I snuck some pets in for a while. Still out of it for several hours. Oh. He once woke up in the dorms to a room being smoky, opened the door to the kitchen, there was a massive fire on the stove, melting the microwave! What was it? What evil concoction were your roommates brewing? Tried... Wait a minute. Boiling eggs? They started a fire by trying to hard-boil eggs? How did that even start a fire? It's just water. Like the water splashed on the stove and started bubbling and boiling and then what? Fire potion. You pulled the fire alarm one time in school? Ah! You fiend! I'm sure some kids appreciated getting out of class. Ah, it worked. Yeah, how does boiling start a fire? Water boiled off and the egg... Oh! So the eggs were just dry in there and caught fire. Man, I've never... That must have smelled awful. Burning eggs. That's embarrassing. Like, oh, you good at cooking? Couldn't even boil eggs. That's like the... I think that's what like Gordon Ramsay uses to like insult people. He's like, can you even boil an egg? Like that's the most easy. Although to be fair, I still sometimes have to look up like, do I have to cover the eggs? Do I leave the lid on? How long is the time for? But like, you know, I could do it. I used to make a lot of egg salad. I had an omelet this morning, it was good. A burnt pot of black eggs at the end of it, that's funny actually. Such a fire and brimstone. Don't leave cooking food unattended. Yup. Even check it frequently. I baked a potato for myself yesterday. And even though it was in there for like an hour, I'd still pop down and check on it now and then. It's very good when you don't have a lot of shmoney's. It's just a single tater. And, you know, salt and oil and stuff. Normally I have green onions and stuff too. I don't have a lot of sour cream because sometimes it hurts my stomach, but you get some butter up in there. Air fryer, sometimes you can boil them in there. I never used an air fryer. They take up a lot of space and I don't have a lot of counter space. Still don't know how eggs are so flammable. I didn't think they were. I think your friend just managed to make them flammable. Do you still like, are you still in contact with that friend? If no, I'd like to think that the reason is because of the eggs. The protein? Maybe. I don't know if is protein particularly flammable? How's it full of gadgets because you can't help yourself? I have some little kitchen-y gadgets. I had a little food processor, but I really just use that to like make like fun salad textures for my lizards. Gotta switch it up for them, you know? Oh, I do have one of those things. I don't know what it's called. You know the slap chop? It's not a slap chop, it's like that big old commercial that got kind of famous because the guy was like being ridiculous in it. It's not a slap chop, but it's like a plastic box that you put the top on and it's got like a metal thing that you push and it slices veggies for you and puts it in a little container and it's very helpful. Because my eyes are really susceptible to onions, so instead of having to cut the onions all the way, I just cut them in like circles and then just push it through and I have diced onions. It's like, it's got a mandolin attachment, but it's not quite a mandolin. I think seeing him run out of his room and grab the fire extinguisher is your only interaction with him. You never talk to him? That's funny. You just know him as the egg guy. You, the official Kool-Aid slushie maker, you're so cool. That's so sick. But But it's, yeah, it's got like a mandolin. I have like attachments where I can like twist and like make like zucchini noodles, and I can choose the different size of dicing things, and it's got a grater on it. But it's like you slide it on top of this little plastic container it comes with, and it like all falls nice and clean into the container for you. It's like a, I don't know if it's like a culinary something brand. My parents got it for me one Christmas because I was like, I hate chopping onions. And it's good for chopping a lot of vegetables. It works best on the harder veggies, like it works good on sweet potato, because you know sweet potato like really hurts your hands if you're cutting it for a while. But like the thicker the veggie you're trying to cut, the better it works. You really don't have to like dice it up beforehand. I kind of wanted a slap chop because I thought that would be simpler and like less space intensive. It's cool though. It's nice. I'm glad I have it, but you gotta like clean all the parts and like set it up perfectly so the metal pieces don't rust. It's a bit of a hassle, so I don't use it a lot, but it does what it needs to do. Yeah, you're gonna love my nuts. That guy, he was cool. He was a good salesman. I should try grating onion. What recipe would I need to use that would grate onion? That sounds horrific. I agree. I mostly just chop things by hand, but sometimes if I'm making a lot of veggies or chopping up a lot of veggies, I'll just pull out that bad boy. Crimes? Yeah, what do you mean? Hold on. Oh my gosh. Oh. He didn't kill them, but he was arrested for felony battery charges after attacking a woman of the night in 2009. This was a while ago. They have his mugshot up next to his picture with him grinning and jutting his chin out, holding the slap chop. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. They're kind of smiling in the pic. That's horrible. Come on, slap chop guy. That's not how we do things. That's not how we handle confrontation or problems. No hitting. Did another commercial. He got hired for another commercial after getting arrested on felony battery charges. It must have just been because he was such an iconic face. I'm sorry, the picture of him with his chin out smiling at the slap chop is so funny. Yeah, he looks like William Dafoe. Or Willem Dafoe. Not William. The dream chin. Yeah, it's iconic. That's what the mask is. Beep, beep, beep. Ah, the sound of money. I'm glad I opened that crate, but I'm a little bummed out it's a one-use item. That's a touch lame. I guess it's like a get out of jail free card if you get stuck in the molehill and can't see where the thing is. It's a little silly that they like, you can't use your jetpacks down there. Like, you're barely faster than them. I want to explore the mole caverns more, but I don't want them to kill me. Although if they do, you come back, so it's not endgame. I don't know, maybe there is an endgame if they kill you. I already got one ending where I got the treasure. I think there might be more than one ending to this game, though. Find out what that is. Teleporter might not work down there either. Yeah, like, I don't know. The only time I can think of using it is, like, when I'm completely done digging this entire pit out and just want to use it to see what happens, you know? Actually, while it's on my mind, game out digging full. I want to know the total depth. Okay, I couldn't find it immediately, so I'm not going to keep looking because I'm streaming right now and want to do stuff. But if any of you guys know how deep this entire whole thing is, I'd like to know. There's dirt above you, you need to eat it. Oh, it's rock. The end of the game implies another schmuck gets suckered into buying the place. Do they just put all the dirt back in there to dig? Oh, it does, doesn't it? Because they put the... I don't remember it very well, but don't they, like, put the for sale sign back up, and it's just kind of like, haha, we're tricking people to try to get the treasure so we can feed the mole people who are, like, maybe an underground group of, like, intelligent, like, Illuminati characters? Where do they get it? Because I'm not throwing it out. When I drill it, it's gone. I kill the dirt. It's disappeared. Maybe it's made of the composted material of all the people the moles ate. The moles freaked me out. I was not expecting them when I played this. I wasn't expecting anything scary, period. Just thought I'd find the treasure at the bottom, you know? There we go, that's it. Also excited, getting near the end of March. Gotta think of something to do for a birthday stream. It's in like 2 weeks. Dirt straight manure from the local dairy farm. It's recycling. It's all natural. It's good for my chakras. It's good for my freaking zen. I quote a lot, this wasn't a quote, but I quote a lot of, like, Germa. But I have never watched, I've like, popped into his streams once or twice, but I've never actually, like, watched his streams, like, full on. I've just seen, like, his clips and stuff online. Iconic fella. What does animate aura? He was before the invention of plumbing. Yeah, this is where they put all the waste. What was that one song he sang that, like, had a clip made of it? He, like, sang it wrong. I also like the animations people make of him online. I think they're silly. Rats, or is that not Germa? He's made rat jokes before. Oh, oh, the misery. Every single person is my enemy. Oh, it's funny. He's so funny. What was that other one? Oh, I think my favorite Germa clip, like, moment of all time is when somebody said he looked like the yellow M&M, and he, like, went and did the pose, and they had a side-by-side of him, and he was just like, how do you know that? Like, why do you think of this? It was so funny. Oh, man, because he does. He looks just like the yellow M&M. He is. And he, like, what was it? He, like, said he wanted to do, like, theater or something. But he's like, this is the closest I can get, essentially. It's such a character. uh... 2 minutes of trying to make himself look like the yellow, and yeah, he was standing and posing and, like, moving his, like, feet in different directions, and he had, like, like, his hand out. And he's like, I look nothing like this guy. Oh, it's funny. I am not the green M&M. No, she's got a different vibe. Love her though, she's a queen. Green M&M is totally is queen. Maybe we could make a Germa in our Tomodachi world. You know what we gotta make? We gotta make in the Discord, we should make a list of all the characters, either that I frequently mention or that we've established in the Eliza cinematic universe, so that I have a pool to draw from when we get Tomodachi Life and I can start making characters. They unsexified her. Isn't that just because they gave her tennis shoes? She's known for having her little heels. You think I'm the blue M&M? Hold on. I'm looking this up right now. Okay, when you look up blue M&M, there's some pictures of him where he just looks like a cool guy, but there's a couple where like his eyes are going in different directions. I'll take that. I'll take the blue M&M. Just not the yellow one. He is just a chill guy. He's just a chill guy. I'm literally the chill guy. Where's chill guy originally from? He looks like Arthur. He looks like an aardvark. You want your M&Ms to be prickable? There's plenty of M&M art out there, I'm sure. You know what? I bet you out of all the like candy characters, the mascots, I bet you M&Ms, green M&M and brown M&M above them all are probably most frequent on those art websites. Real 34 type beat. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool dude that sometimes gets so zooted he goes cross-eyed. To be fair, the cross-eyed I saw was like someone, they were selling like a figurine of him on eBay. Who, besides collectors, who would go to eBay? Who would go to eBay, period? eBay's kind of freaky. Who would go to eBay and like spend money and have a blue M&M figurine shipped to them? I get like the green one for like the memes. And maybe the yellow one if you're a Jorma fan, but like the blue one? I don't hear anyone talking about the blue one. Spend like a total of like $17 to buy it and have it shipped to you. Grandpa, the M&M shrine. Yeah, or like maybe if you're like being ironic and like making a shrine to them, like that's funny. Are you saying grandpa in general, or like your grandfather really likes the blue M&M? That's the case. More power to him. All right, let's do some Farah thing. Need to get it more in these edge spots. Whoops. Broke my legs. The episode of My Strange Addiction, this crazy gator can't help filling her garage with every M&M merchandise available. Her favorite's the red one because of Red 40. What is in Red 40? I ask that, but then someone's gonna actually tell me like the chemical compounds involved in it, and you're just gonna watch my eyes go in different directions. Carcinogens? Whoops. Well, yeah, probably bad shit, but I don't know. Right. Then do a couple more in these little, these little spots. Oh, the misery. Every single person is my enemy. He's always, like, deeply tortured by his chat, too. Like, they're always holding him at gunpoint. You seen the Dandelion Crayola Crayon Girl? She's chill. No, but I've seen the old woman who's obsessed with the color green and has her house everything green, and she speaks to me. Ahem. Disodium 6-hydroxy 5-2-methoxy 5-methyl 4-sulfonatophenyl diazenyl naphthalene 2-sulfonate. Of course. Thank you, bud. I can be a chill, crazy M&M collector. I don't even like M&Ms that much. Like, I just want the chocolate. The chocolate in them is not even, like, that great to me compared to, like, other chocolates I could get. I don't know. I'm just not I don't purchase them. If they're offered to me, I'll eat them, because, chocolate. Like, I don't think I'll buy them. More of a bug collector? I do like bugs. I collect pretty much any remnant of living things, like a beetle shell, seashells, bones, shed skin, teeth. I have a fur, but that's just was in our house for a while. It's just a little rabbit fur. I just have it on a table and there's like some bones resting on it. But I don't like purchase or collect or make furs. Just kind of gather cool outside shit, little trinkets, you know. Cool rocks, of course. They're great because they crunch. Yeah, I don't know, but if there's crunchy snacks, like, I'd rather have other crunchy snacks. But I understand why people like it. I understand that, the appeal comes from how it feels on the teeth and not necessarily on the tongue. Is peels or M&Ms? No! I've never heard of that. Although sometimes I will, when I have Mike and Ike's, I'll like mix flavors. I guess that's not even weird. I'll like have like a yellow one and a pink one and be like, strawberry lemonade. Peanut butter M&Ms are good. I agree. I think my favorite M&M are pretzel M&Ms. I just love me some chocolate salt combination. Collecting stuff for necromancy. I like that nature and the world made something so beautiful and wonderful that at one point roamed around and did lovely little things that I like to look at. And now they left something very pretty behind, and now I can keep it and appreciate it even after they're gone. I think it's cool. I think it's neat. I was recently at a beach visiting family, and there were a lot of washed up horseshoe crabs, and most of them were dead. But I saw one. Hold on, I see what you say, Maud. I have to look that up to double check that I know what that is. And I found one that there was a trail from where it had been stuck in the sand, because they had died because they were too wedged in the sand and couldn't get out, like they were buried. I'm sure some also died in the storm, but it was very sad. And this one, there was like a trail leading from where it was wedged, so I'm like, oh my gosh. It was alive after it washed up here, and I used my shoe to carefully flip it over, and I saw it would like weakly started like scuttling, and I was like, oh my gosh. So the rest of the day, I just spent the day like turning over horseshoe crabs, and I think I brought like 6 back to the ocean. I stood there with my little hands on my hips watching my crustacean babies make it back out to sea. I think they're so cool. Like, they look kind of freaky underneath, but they're just like, they're so prehistoric. There's really not a lot of animals on this planet that I see and I'm just like, that's a dinosaur. But like, they're cool. I like that they're still so, they look so original to how they looked before. Not much change going on there. A walking shell bug critter. They don't need to be anything else. Massive horseshoe crab shell you found a year ago. Them things are crazy. Yeah, and horseshoe crabs look really cool. Like they're very cool. They're smooth. They're geometric. How they're formed is very cool. I have a horseshoe crab, Jesus. No, I wanted to help them because I'm like they're too weak, washed up from the storm. They probably haven't eaten in a while. I doubt they can really make it back to the sea on their own. And it was cool. You know, you can tell if it's a boy or girl horseshoe crab because why did I didn't mean to pin that. I was just trying to copy the message my mod said to look it up. I didn't want to. I can't unpin it. I can't unpin it. No. I didn't want to pin that. I didn't mean to. That's an accident. It's stuck. I can't get rid of it. Okay. All right. It's gone. It's gone. Okay. Anyway, no, it made me feel good to bring them back. Oh, so before I go and look up what the mod said, if it is a boy horseshoe crab, it has these things that they call boxing gloves, which are like they look like boxing gloves, and they're at the very front and they're used for like, you know, attaching to the female. And if they're ladies, they don't. I think that's cool. Corporalite. Oh. The answer is no, School Mod. I would not proudly display that. I like a lot of living things and fossilized remains, and I think it's cool. I don't know if that is one of the things that I would display. I think it's cool that it can get saved because science, but I don't know if I would use it as a decor piece. For those that don't know, corporalite is fossilized poop. Oh, would you? Like I said, cool for scientific analysis. I'll send it into a museum or some shit, but if I put it up, I'm just displaying poop in my house. Also, people aren't gonna know what it looks like. They're just gonna be like, why do you have like a weird rock? And then I'll have to say, it's not a rock, it's worse, it's poop. Depends on where it came from. Like dinosaur poop? Maybe. I expect you're not gonna get corporalite from many modern creatures. Yeah, this is my pile of shit. I display it proudly. Like a little spotlight on it. It's starting to take a while to travel upwards. Have I gotten the 4-second fall yet? No. Corporate fidget toy. Blech. Yucky! The largest found human corporate is 8 inches long and 2 inches wide. That's a baby. They gave birth. They named that. They started saving up for college for that poop. Sounds like a competition to beat. I don't know if that's a competition you'd like to partake in, but you know, if you do it, I'll look for your obituary. That's what we named New York after. The largest baby that was a poop. I need to go grocery shopping. I don't have a lot of food. I'm very bummed. I went to get one of my salad packs I've been telling y'all about, and it had gone bad. I kept the dressing and the little seed pack, but the leaves themselves had gone, like... I went in to, like, pour it out, and it, like, smelled a little funny. I'm like, okay, it might just be, like, getting there. But then I reached my hand in, and it like, was a little slimy, and I made an audible, like, noise. I hate when greens get slimy, or, like, any vegetables. See, potatoes start to, like, age gracefully. They start to make roots and, like, little leaves and things. Most other vegetables just get, like, squishy. Government trying to keep you from achieving your full power, eat it regardless. If I ate it, I would not be streaming right now. I'd probably be indisposed. I know, like, the salad packs are expensive, too. I get them for myself as little treats. Potatoes get kind of scary when they sprout. Just because they look like little fingers, little roots. Food going bad feels... I agree, I'm like, not only did I spend money on this, but, like, this could have been eaten and used, and I wasted it. And then I feel like a bad person. Always have a 20% loss rate. Yup. I give it to my critters and, like, I'll start seeing a little bit, like, getting mushy and I, like, tear it off. It's nasty. Some go bad quicker than others. Collard greens and kale usually keep really well, but then, like, escarole, endive, mustard greens. Turnip greens are the worst. Turnip greens, like, you look at them funny and they immediately start rotting. I think the worst is when you find food you forgot about that had been going bad, and then you wonder about all the food nearby it, and you're like, that's gross that the food I ate was that close to the food that went bad. Or like when food goes bad and it sticks to the container, so you like gotta get something to help knock it out, and you're just like scouring over the trash can. Almighty canned food is superior. The slop lasts for years. Yucky! I haven't had a whole lot of canned stuff. I generally don't like canned soup that much, but I'll have it sometimes because it's cheap. Yeah, airborne yuckiness. And I've seen in a biology class, either in middle or high school, I don't remember. They showed us like what the spores look like up close on a strawberry that had molded, and it's like the mold is not just the stuff you see. Like those are like the fruiting bodies, but the mold spreads over everything. Like once you see mold, that means the spores are over everything. So my parents, they'll be like, you know, I think the RGB things are new because I don't remember this last time I played. So my parents will be like, oh, just cut off the moldy part of like the bread or the cheese or the fruit, and I'm like, I can't. I know it's not gonna kill me, and it's probably not gonna make me sick even just a little bit, but like I've seen it and I know it's all over it, and it's canned vegetables suck. I haven't had many canned vegetables. I've had canned artichoke because a recipe called for it, and I'm like, I couldn't find it like fresh, so I'm like, maybe artichoke is one of those things that's only canned. Or maybe it's called artichoke because it's like a vegetable that has been canned, kind of like pickles. Eat way too much canned soup. I do not. What's your favorite canned soup? Beans are alright. Beans are passable. Beans are hearty, and it takes a while for them to go bad. You eat your expired salad, I will be dining on the finest of Chef Boyardee beefaroni that expires in 20 years. The mycelium adds protein. Yeah, hard cheese is, I'm like, that's mostly fine because cheese are like, it's like mold anyway. But like soft stuff, like baked goods or like vegetation, I'm like, and that's suspicious. Fresh artichoke is just a pain in the ass to prepare. That might be it. I didn't like it. It was really bitter. It was not a very enjoyable dish. But they look so fun. They're like these little, like, they're shaped, they got like folds, and they're cool. I would not use them again though, unless it was a recipe that sweetened them somehow or made them less bitter. Chili mac and cheese thing you found that's alright. I think I've seen that. You don't usually worry about your sodium intake, do you, your water intake? Yeah. And I'm also young, so I can eat a lot of stuff and I'll be fine. Worry about sodium intake when I'm old. I mostly try to keep an eye on what I eat, but I don't think I pay attention to like fiber and like protein and like general intake of vegetables and stuff, but that's pretty much it. I don't think about protein. I think about sugar sometimes. Or no, I don't think about sodium. I do think about protein. I had a lot of protein this morning with all those eggs I ate. Yeah, it'll deal. Besides, your body doesn't like when you change eating habits a lot. When you like, when you're traveling and like start eating weird food and your stomach gets upset, that's its way of saying it likes what you're doing. Don't change what's good. I'm gonna have to skedaddle soon to get me some lunch. I'm getting hungry. I also haven't eaten anything except for my 3 eggs. That was a while ago. Whoa! Did not mean to grab that. Always eats eggs like how I feel like that whenever I have, I think I told y'all, I've had red beet eggs before. A friend recommended them to me. And they're pretty good. They're better homemade. They're not really good from the store. But like they just come like whole. So I was like eating like the whole egg and I felt like one of those monitor lizard. Favorite egg form? Oh. I don't know. For breakfast, I like fried eggs. Usually over medium. I don't, unless there's toast. If there's toast, over easy is fine because then I can dip it in it. But if there's not, over medium because I lose so much of the yolk and I feel like I'm wasting it. But for like other like lunch and stuff, I really like egg salad. I think egg salad goes hard. It's pretty good for you. I mean, it's just egg with more egg sauce. It's good for you in comparison to other things. And like a little pickle on the side, have it with some nice like thick bread. Like that's a really good lunch. What about you guys? What are your favorite eggs? I haven't had a lot of egg forms though. I've had scrambled. I've had a hard boiled, but I've never had poached. Red beet eggs are okay. I never had an eggs Benedict, which I think that might be poached. Omelets are quite good. Sometimes omelets are a little too much for me though. I have to be in like an omelet mood. Like over medium. I agree. I only like hard boiled when it's turned into egg salad. Hard boiled for general use, over medium for sandwich or burger. Yeah, oh, you guys are all over medium train. Made scrambled is great. Diner made scrambled is trash. Agreed. But like I said, if I'm in a place where I'm getting toast with the egg, then I'll usually get it over easy because then I like dipping the toast in the eggs. But if I'm just like eating the eggs on their own, over medium. And a little bit of hash browns with it. Oh, stop. Say less. Y'all ever had baked oatmeal? There's this diner near, where I used to live that had this really good baked oatmeal, and whenever my dad visited, he had it because he was being healthy. And it was like, it's this chunk of oatmeal, and you pour the hot milk on it, and you like mix it in yourself. But the oatmeal kind of, it looks like a coffee cake kind of, and they'll like give you fresh fruit and stuff with it. I don't normally like oatmeal that much because I don't like having something of the same texture like repeatedly. Like that's why I don't like chili. It just kind of feels like I'm eating sauce. But I like chunky soups and stews. But baked oatmeal is not, doesn't have that problem that oatmeal has where it's all kind of the same mush. It's like you mix it. It's good. And the place I had it made it really nice. You could like, you didn't really naturally have to add any sugar. It was just sweet because of the fruit. Sometimes you add some raisins to it. Oh. I thought I was gonna die there. I was trying to get the 4-second fall. I think that's the longest I've fallen straight. So we'll have to go check. Alright, I think I'm gonna do one more gather, a little flyby with some bombs, and then we're gonna save and revisit this next time. You think next time we'll be able to finish it? Last time took me way longer than I expected. Use a jetpack to get some extra height for the fall. Oh, good idea! I didn't think about that. Yeah, we'll try that. Next time for sure. Yeah, maybe if I go for the same time of like around 3 hours. I did! I know! I'm so excited. Last time I barely started. I think I did it on top of another stream. -67. Do you remember at least if the last time was like below or around 100 meters deep? Just trying to figure out how close I am. Lovely. I hope we see new info on Tomodachi Life soon. I like that trailer, but boy oh boy, I want to see more. I don't think you ever made it to Diamond last time. I feel like I might have like gotten a couple, but I don't think I like mined properly in Diamond. At this point in the game, I was just like, okay, let's finish. Let's go. This is a lot. I'm like, you may as well get the original ending first and then try any weird shit you want to do. I'll have to make a thumbnail. Thumbnails for these, I've just been picking like, I'm looking up like dig sites and just been putting myself in like hard hats. I've done so much, I might make this the thumbnail. On the ET landfill and use that for the thumbnail. Oh wait! Hold, I might actually do that. I like that. Do a little like tiny copy of ET in the background that only you guys will be able to notice it. You'll know. You loyal few will know. 11 Mondays, back on the work site. No more nagging wife. Cold beer in my hand. Just me in the dirt. Me and the lack of dirt. Removing dirt. No more dirt. I wonder if I'm gonna get deep enough where the jetpack won't be able to get me out properly. Probably not. Well, no, I have the teleporter. Or I could just die. That'll teleport me back out. I got plenty of money, so it's not a problem. What are these weird cliff things? I also want to watch Apothecary Diaries. That looks quite good. I want to find another show like Little Witch Academia. Sometimes I like those like just feel-good shows. And I also am a sucker for like magic school type tropes. Also Studio Trigger. They do some good shit. I don't think Little Witch is getting a second season though, which is a shame. I don't know if any of y'all have watched that before. Oh, have you guys seen Free Run? Anime I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the finishing of My Hero Academia, because that was one of the first animes I'd ever started. Looking forward to is in, like, coming out? I don't know, because I don't really keep up with, like, new animes coming out, unless they're seasons of shows I've already started. But I would like to watch Apothecary Diaries. And I think Free Run's coming out with a new season. Are they coming out with a new season? I think they are. That'll be cool. What else? What else am I looking forward to? I want to watch Overlord. I know that's one on my list. Nothing in particular. What about you guys? Any of y'all looking forward to any animes? Loved Free Run, started reading it, and got it. It's good! And, like, sad, too. It made me sad watching it, but I quite liked it. Somebody in one of my YouTube comments called me Ubel from Free Run. I'm kind of honored. I know it's just because they're green, but I'll take it. Next season with Don. I haven't started that. I've seen a lot about it. It's like a new big thing. Reminds me of the popularity of Chainsaw Man when that first came out. Railgun, hell yeah. I haven't watched that, but I've heard good things. I know the music for Railgun goes ridiculous. Loved Overlord. -112. Is that the total depth? Magic and muscles. That also sounds familiar. Alright, let's do a little... Oh yeah, let's do a fall first. Oh, I can't go any higher than that. It was a roof. Let's drop some bombs. Boom. Oh, the floor of Mole Cave. Oh, I also really want to watch Delicious in Dungeon. I've heard good things about that. It looks nice. There's this one manga. I don't normally read manga, but if I do, I would really like to get the one for Toilet Bound, Hanako-kun, Land of the Lustrous, because I'm like obsessed with that show. It made me feel so sad when I like read the ending and everything. Not gonna spoil it. It's really good. I recommend it. Music's good too. But I also saw one and I don't remember the name, but it's made by this. It's like by a singular like the author is like a Japanese woman who really likes reptiles, and like all the covers are just like her and like different reptiles and stuff, and it's like her pet leopard gecko. And I'm like, that's so relatable, and I love that. I would really like to have that one too. I don't remember the name. I guarantee if you look up like Japanese woman reptile manga, you'll find something about that. You read Lustrous recently, and wow, I know, like, as if things couldn't get any worse, right? Or Foss. It had me feeling all kinds of ways. I was so like, kind of how I felt at the end of Evangelion, like just very, what's the word? Where you're like thinking about the future and like confused and everything's crazy, like, not like apocalyptic, but like, I don't know, it made me think. Made me sad too. I felt sad. Melancholic. Like it was good. It was beautiful, but it was like, it was sad. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, let's see if I got that time. I'll make myself a sandwich or something. What do you say, Bongo? He's getting nice and fat. Still trying to find this one rom-com started years ago about someone falling for a gecko girl. Oh. I did not get the long fall. Okay, while I'm still here, I'm gonna look up the name of that one anime. Or manga. This might... Is this it? No, it's not it. Man, there's a bunch with leopard geckos on it, though. These are so cute! What's it called? Ah! Himitsu no Reptiles, also called Reptile Secrets. Iruka was just an ordinary office worker until one day he happened to pass by a pet shop where he met Nagara-san, a clerk with a deep love for reptiles. Urged by her Iruka enters the thrilling life of a reptile owner. And then she's just holding a leopard gecko up to the camera or the viewers. Yeah, Reptile Secrets. I feel like I would really like that. Anything with like, they got like realistic, like really good artwork of the reptiles. Like, fantastic. Oh, you've read it? I gotta check that out then if you recommend it. Alright, hatchlings. I gotta get some lunch. Thank y'all for joining me for a game about digging a hole. I'll see if I can find a picture of where they bury the ET copies for the thumbnail. Thanks for joining me! And thanks for the new follow. We love new members of the pond here. Heck yeah, guys. Good gaming talk too. Very fun, very enjoyable. Anyway, I'll see you later, alligators. Have a great rest of your day. Chomp chomp!